This is us commencing the operations in XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. Hello, everybody. What is up with this? There it goes. There's the resolution. Welcome back to Hardship Troopers, the only strategy game stream ever made, as it turns out. I just realized that there's no camera spot on this overlay, nor is there's the chat. Put the chat there. Hey, there we go. Put the chat up in there. There we go. There we go. Can I put my where is it even? Where's my audio, video capture input? Okay, let's try this. Where do I go? Whoa. Maybe can I whoa. There I go. There I am. That's me. Hello. What if I just can I just duplicate that image 9 times? That'd be great, really good. There we go. Yeah, that's all we need. Just need little bitty tiny. Well, this is fine. This is okay. I didn't think this through. Anyway, we have an overlay now. Well, we've had a low overlay for a very long time. What I did, my kind of plan was to just sort of continue to forget it. It's fine if I'm really tiny on the stream this week because you might have noticed, but I'm incredibly wet. It's very humid out here, and I took a shower in the middle of the afternoon because it's so humid. Problem with that is, since it's so humid, my hair hasn't dried in the last hour and a half, so it's good stuff. You can tell it's good stuff. You can tell you're in for a good time. When I look like Roman Reigns with the hair. Hi, Elby. I did put a call out to the usual suspects, but it looks like we're going to be flying solo again today other than people in chat, so thanks, everybody. I think there should be more wet hair streams. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we should probably, honestly, just do more wrestling games, and then we'd have all kinds of wet hair. Every wrestler has wet hair. I don't know why. Never quite understood that. What's up with these two? Bond them. Oh. Take a photo. I have no recollection whatsoever of what happened. We streamed for about... Took the photo. Did that break the game? It's just making noises. At Warren. John Warren at fanboy.com? No. I don't like to bring randos on. Sorry, fanbite. LB is in a car, that makes sense. I'm hitting buttons and nothing is happening. It's not letting me leave. I can adjust the game. I can adjust the soldiers, but they won't. Nothing. XCOM 2 is a perfect video game. Nothing wrong with it. I'm clicking on the interface. The interface is making noise. I can make these people look like they're from the 70s. That's what it looked like in the 70s.
The aliens will always tell you otherwise. But this is the true voice of the Resistance, bringing you the real news about the latest victory over the invaders. We're getting stronger every day, and XCOM is making that happen.
Do you have to reload the game to escape this? Merritt is calling me. I'm going to start that right now. I got streamer mode on right now. The call ended, and now Merritt is back. Hello, Merritt.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Made some dinner and worked on some stuff, and now I'm just vibing.
That's cool. What did you have for dinner?
Nick, people are saying please turn the video game down.
I would love to do anything at all with the video game, but the video game has decided to trap me inside of the this limbo, inside of this sort of photo mode hell, where the back button doesn't work and the enter button doesn't work. So I might have to just restart the video game altogether fresh. We'll just enjoy this. We'll just enjoy this fresh Toonami video that I'm running in the background.
Cool. I had vegan egg salad sandwich for dinner, which was interesting. I don't know that I've ever actually had a normal egg salad sandwich, and never really had any interest in them, but I don't know, I just wanted to try it, and it was okay. I don't know that I'll make it again anytime soon, but it's weird. There's this salt called kala namak that really has, like, combined with chickpeas, really does taste like egg. It's strange.
Huh. I've never had regular egg salad sandwich myself either, but I know what eggs taste like, and I'm curious, like, how that even works. How do you recreate the taste of egg? It's distinct.
It's, well, so the texture substitute is smashed chickpeas, and then like the kala namak is like this kind of sulfurous salt powder that has that kind of sulfurous smell that eggs do. So I just mashed those up with some like carrots and onions and turmeric to give it more of that color.
Love turmeric. It's so useful to make things look good. Things just look so much better with turmeric.
I know, it fucking rules. It's very powerful.
Unfortunately, I got a call.
I feel like the color of food is often overlooked in the like making your own food at home process.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that was the thing I did for a long time. I was like, well, why isn't this as good? And it's like, well, it doesn't look as good. Mm-hmm. And
in the meantime,
there are ways to do that are pretty easy.
I just bought a bunch of new stuff for my own food intake here that I need to make soon. I bought some shrimp, some uncooked shrimp. I'm gonna try messing around with that a little bit.
Oh.
Interesting choice.
Bought more chicken. I'm always buying chicken though. Chicken is just kind of like my go-to. I know that's not vegan
always
at all.
Always be chicken.
Always
buy chicken. Always buy chicken. ABC.
People wanted the game audio down, so I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Boom. Well, I was just before I got interrupted by the game getting frozen inside of photo mode hell, I was just telling people that it's very humid here, and that's why my hair is so wet. So I took a shower in the afternoon, an afternoon shower to remove some of the stickiness, and my hair is not dried because the air is so wet.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
It's honestly a terrible feeling. It's one of my least favorite things about living in North Dakota is that when it gets hot, it's also humid. It's not dry.
Yeah, it's bad.
Setting course for Sector 1.
So what? Boy, I'm trying to remember what we were up to in this campaign of XCOM 2, War of the Chosen as well.
Yeah, I don't remember how are things going.
I remember them going very well. We played for 6.5 hours on the last stream on Sunday.
Oh yeah, right.
So I'm trying to. What? We got plasma weapons last stream? I don't even remember building plasma weapons.
Plasma. Did you ever play Mystical Ninja?
I did not.
There's a guy in that game. There's a fortune teller where, when you go into the fortune teller place, the man just goes. And just like screams it and then tells your fortune, and I'm not really sure why he does that.
Okay, so it's not really explained at all.
It's not really explained, I don't think.
That's good. Plasma, huh?
But a lot of that game is really confusing.
Do you suppose it's a reference? Oh, sorry.
Well, I mean, it's like really goofy, absurd humor in the original Japanese, and then so like translating that is just like fuck. Like, shit.
Right.
It gets weird, yeah.
All I can think is that it's a reference to Michael Morbius from the Spider-Man animated series.
Oh my god. See, it was around the same time, but yeah, I do remember that, where he wasn't allowed to talk about drinking blood, so he had to suck out plasma through his hands, right?
Exactly, yeah. I must have plasma.
Michael, no, don't do this, Michael. I am your friend and possibly wife. I don't remember.
No one's quite sure.
I am a scientist. Don't, Michael. Please don't steal the plasma.
Well, he did end up stealing the plasma, unfortunately.
And Morbius was in a cut ending for Blade, played by the director or writer, I think.
Oh.
He just shows up on a roof at the end of the movie, and they're like, "Looks like we got more work to do."
Weird.
And then they were like, "We're not going to do this." I don't think so, after all, actually.
That's funny. Is that in the like deleted scenes on like the DVD or something?
I think so. I just found it on YouTube when we did that movie for You Love to See It, but yeah.
We're on X Clemmy 4, asks Blackjack Attack. Yes, this is the 4th time that we have used the Dragon Balls, various different kinds of Dragon Balls. We use the Dragon Balls, we use the Namekian Dragon Balls, I think we're on the Super Dragon Balls at this point, so we're fine.
Well, the thing is, though, you keep using those Dragon Balls, and you're gonna find out. It's like basically like I just realized that Dragon Ball GT is basically like because you be using those damn balls, like the show, because it's like they use them too much and then they get mad or something.
Yeah.
All the negative energy that's like built up by creating these positive wishes manifests as evil dragons.
Right, because there's a guy trapped in the Dragon Balls, right? There's like they used him to trap a bad guy.
I think it's just like all the Dragon Balls like have their own dragons inside of them that they come to life.
Oh.
And like Shenron is the last one, but he doesn't look like the big long snake that he normally looks like. Hey, have you ever thought about how funny it is that like there's a saying in there's like this Zen saying, don't put legs on a snake.
Yeah.
But like there are the depiction of dragons in like Chinese and some Japanese mythology is basically a snake with legs.
So are you saying that it like might be a reference, like a Dragon Ball reference, like Zen was kind of referencing their favorite anime
I'm
at the
saying
time?
that you shouldn't make a saying about doing something and then do the thing. It's like, come on. One or the other. Like, either put legs on a snake or don't, you know?
Yeah, that's true. They should actually just make a decision, I suppose, now that you say that.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, don't put a hat on a hat is sort of the modern equivalent of that phrase.
Is that a saying?
Yeah, don't put a hat on a hat.
Huh.
Like, it's like, don't gild the lily, you know?
Gild a lily I've heard of, but then again,
Yeah.
I don't really know why you would gild a lily, but I guess that's
Well,
the point.
no, exactly. Why would you?
Damn.
It's bad. It already looks nice. You don't need to put, like, gold on it.
You're right.
Hat on a hat, I guess, is, like, more folksy. I'm kind of surprised you haven't heard of that, because I feel like that's something that people might say in the Midwest, or I don't know.
Probably. I don't hang out with a lot of people from the Midwest out here in the Midwest, honestly. I hang out with Sabriel, but I don't know that I would describe Sabriel as somebody who is a folksy type person. Trying to think. That's something that like. So a lot of the people in my family, my grandfather, like that seems like something he might have said, but he was not like the most like he never went to school growing up or whatever. He had to work in the fields and whatnot, so he wasn't like he's not super talkative. He can't really write anything like that, so he's not like somebody who's like much of one to impart a lot of wisdom. He kind of just went through his life doing what he knew and not really a lot else. So if I had heard from anyone, it probably would have been him, but never came up. I think I'm getting a handle for what's going on here in XCOM again.
Cool.
What was the last thing you remember happening in XCOM, Merritt?
Eyes on the prize.
I don't. There was like a mud man.
Right. Yeah, Mudman.
There was like a muddy buddy.
Muddy Buddy.
Got blowed up, maybe.
Probably. I do a lot of blowing people up. I think. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We got this. I'm gonna do an Overwatch trap here. We are hunting down the first of the Chosen in various spots. We are working on.
Now, what are the Chosen?
So in this game, XCOM 2 War of the Chosen, the expansion to the original XCOM 2, There is a Nemesis System.
Uh-huh.
Where these 3 different units that are basically like a sword lady, a sniper guy, and a warlock man. They all show up and they have Nemesis System style weaknesses and strengths, and will show up periodically in missions in territory that they control. And they're super strong and they have special abilities and they suck.
That seems bad.
It is bad. And if you do enough like special behind the scenes background missions over time and level your guys up enough, you can eventually so you can kill them, but they come back to life every single time after a certain amount of in-game days.
Fuckers.
But if you find their like home, their like base of operations, you can destroy their like cloning facility where they download their backup brains.
I hate when that happens.
I also hate when that happens. I'm on my like 5th or 6th backup brain at this point, and if somebody were to take away the rest of mine, like I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, you do need parts of it.
Oh well, my sniper just missed that.
Just shot that. Fuck that tree. Fuck that tree.
You know, it's probably an alien tree. Hey, for all we know, they got aliens what turn into mudmen that used to be people.
Those trees could be aliens.
Those trees could be aliens.
It doesn't hurt to be sure, you know?
It never hurts to be sure, no. Nuke it from orbit, I say. Only way to be sure.
Absolutely.
Panthera Unca asks, was there a friendly Mudman in Chimera Squad, which is the game where you have, like, friendly aliens on your side because they're free of the mind control? And I don't know. I don't think so. But that's interesting, because I feel like that's, like, if that game doesn't have one, that's actually kind of like a coward's move.
Second move. Got it covered.
Yeah, we are continuing to try and free the Earth from the alien menace.
Those fuckers.
Yeah.
Wait, are these the ones that showed up after? Are these the second ones that the first ones were trying to fight against?
No, this is the original Alien Squad. The way that XCOM, the modern XCOM game's lore works, is that XCOM 2 is a sequel to the bad ending of XCOM 1. It presupposes that you lost your campaign.
Interesting.
And they actually have like a little cutscene that shows like the UI from XCOM 1, but like basically aliens breaking into your home base in XCOM 1 and like blowing up a wall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. I like when games with multiple endings explicitly continue on from one of them, especially if it's like the quote-unquote bad one. Or like if they have multiple sequels and they're like, oh, this one is if this happened in the timeline. This one is if this happened. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel like maybe Persona or SMT games do that kind of thing.
They super do, yeah. In the Persona and SMT specifically as like a overarching thing, they don't really. You don't usually need to know that that's information, but you can, especially in like the PS2 era, there are like some really overt references to like SMT3 and I think definitely like the Devil Summoner games like Raidu Kuzunoha references the Saturn game.
Oh wow.
Which is kind of wild. Like there's a guy who travels back in time and becomes his own grandfather or something.
Shit.
You hate it when that happens, you know?
You hate to see that.
So on that move there, I actually let that Spectre take one of my units over because I knew the Spectre was basically going to die immediately, and when they die, you get your unit back. And they don't do any damage. So that Spectre basically wasted its turn and let me just fuck its shit up. Here I got a Templar, which it is not Sunday, so it can't be Energy Sword Sunday, unfortunately. But they do have energy swords.
Well, they're okay any day of the week.
That's true.
Was it Halo 2 that you were able to get the sword for the first time? Or could you get the sword in 1?
I think you could get the sword in 1, couldn't you?
I don't know.
Somebody in chat, well, I'm sure will remind us.
Yeah.
Maybe you couldn't get the sword in 1.
I don't know. I just mostly played 2, so yeah. There sword was in PvP in 2. Yeah.
PvP, okay, but not in the campaign.
I mean, it was in the campaign in 2 as well.
Or in 1,
the sword might have been in the campaign in 1, but.
Did you ever play the PC version of Halo 1? Where they
No.
had like special weapons?
No, I don't think so.
Gearbox did that port pre-Borderlands.
Weird. What did they have in it?
I think there was 1 or 2, but the one I always remember is the flamethrower.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Can you just imagine walking around as... I guess at this point, Master Chief has probably used every weapon known to humankind.
Not a gun lance.
Not a gun lance. That's true.
Probably. I mean, well... I'm sure someone has made Master Chief in Monster Hunter.
Oh, Nagubanaga says you could ply the Banshee in multiplayer maps, which I didn't realize that was a thing you couldn't do in the Xbox version, because I mostly played the PC version.
Yeah, the Banshee was pretty limited in the Xbox version.
I suppose that's probably like a rendering thing, like a, drawing.
Yeah, I remember it was really exciting getting to fly it around as a single player, but then, yeah, in multiplayer it was...
With pleasure.
Zednot says Master Chief has never used a katana. Interesting. That's why it never did well in Japan. That's why Halo never took off, because Master Chief never used a sword, like a cool katana.
Right.
They never got on that katana heat. He also has not used the dildo bat in Saints Row 3. I mean, not that we know of.
Not that we know of. The energy sword is purple. We've never stopped to ask the elites what they actually use those swords for.
Or what they're made out of.
What they're made out of, yeah.
Could just be silicone.
Yeah.
Could just be really sharp silicone. I don't know.
Energy sword is such a vague term,
Looking up the katana page on Halopedia right now.
Oh my God.
There is a katana cosmetic item, apparently, in Halo.
Oh, for what? What weapon would even use that?
I don't know.
I guess there was that... They had that, like, MOBA-esque mode in Halo 5? That always sounded kind of cool. Warzone, but it sounded like it was maybe, like, a little bit rife with weird, if not microtransactions, like those burn card things.
Oh, yeah, like in Titanfall or whatever?
Yeah, like Titanfall 1.
Yeah, what were those? They were like single-use buffs or something?
Yeah, they were, and then you could, like, get more by buying Doritos and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Master Chief has canonically used a blowgun, but Bungie will not show it out of respect for keeping his face private.
Do you remember when they put Master Chief in Dead or Alive?
Well, that wasn't actually Master Chief, right? That was a lady?
Oh, it was a different Spartan.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta protect the sanctity of Master Chief, gotta protect the brand.
The brand, yeah. That's key.
What was her name? I'm trying to even remember.
Master Chieftress.
Master Chiefette, yeah.
Master Chiefette.
She had a cool jetpack. She froze
Linkette.
the Arbiter in Carbonite.
Remember Linkette? Or Linkle?
Yeah.
A Linkle to the past.
What a
That's
fucking...
a real Linkle to the past.
Linkle
that was a Hyrule Warriors thing, right?
I think so. It was like the Hyrule Warriors Switch release.
Yeah. Does that character have any, like, real, like, canon stuff? Or they're just like, what if Link girl?
I think it's just like, here's a timeline where Link girl.
Okay.
But it's just like, why not just call her Link? Like, it's not like Link is the same person every time.
Yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't know. Mr. Chief. Mr. Chief. We got there. We
go.
Thank you.
It's DOA gotta be a lady, says Zedna. That's true. I didn't even think about that.
There are dudes in DOA.
There are dudes. You did a
One of the
video.
first things I did for this site was a video ranking the himbos of Dead or Alive.
Yeah. I love that.
The video no longer exists, I don't think. It might, but I think we scrubbed a lot of our old YouTube stuff.
Yeah, our YouTube channel has been very sick for a long time. We're working on it.
Yeah, we're gonna fix it, y'all. Yeah, there are a fair number of dudes.
Totally. I say that, but I have no fucking idea. I know nothing about any dudes in that game.
Zach, for instance.
Okay.
Zach is there. That's one I can base. Who's
Treble.
Tina's dad. Treble, his dog. His best friend, who's a dog.
Wait, is that real?
No, that's from Mega Man.
Okay, so I knew there was a Treble in Mega Man. I didn't realize Treble was a dog.
Treble is the Rush to Base's Rockman.
And who is Base then?
Base is a robot created by Dr. Wowie to kill Mega Man.
Okay, so Base is evil.
No, because he has a mind of his own and then rebels against Dr. Wily too. So he's just kind of like I'll show everyone that I'm better than all of them.
Okay.
Kind of character.
He's
sort of like a cool, edgy. He's like a shadow, or he's like an original timeline Zero, basically.
Okay. Wait, there's multiple timelines?
No, not timeline. Like classic Mega Man version of Zero.
Got it. Okay.
Because Mega Man X is the future of Mega Man.
That I did know.
Yeah.
Referred to by our troops in the field
Brad is the drunken boxer. Yeah, there's a guy named Brad.
Okay.
Kind of cool Brad guy.
Fame Douglas, right?
Sorry, who?
Fame Douglas?
Maybe.
I think Fame Douglas is the guy who makes the island.
Oh.
Where they fight?
Well, in the movie, it's Eric Roberts. That's all I know.
Eric Roberts, okay.
The actor.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Eric Roberts sounds like an actor.
That is, in fact, an actor.
Okay, good to know.
And he makes sunglasses that can steal people's fighting powers.
I also remember that because when Eric Van Allen, now of Destructoid, wrote an article for us a long time ago where he ranked every single video game, like live action movie based on a fighting game.
Yeah. Yes. Dead or Alive is not very good.
I think it was pretty high on his particular list on that
list.
It
has a few things. I mean, of those movies.
Right.
Sure, it has some things to recommend it. But yeah. Surfer Emoji, Mega Man, and Mega Man X are in the same timeline. I mean, all Mega Man games, except for the Battle Network games, are in the same timeline. I think.
Mega Man Legends isn't, right?
It is. It's the far future.
What?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was an alternate timeline because I
don't think so.
I thought the reason that the girl named the role type character in that game named Mega Man is because she loved Mega Man video games.
I think the Mega Man video games are based on Mega Man having actually existed like thousands of years ago or something. I could be wrong. Legends might also just be its own thing.
That would make sense though, because like in that game you're like digging through like ancient ruins of like past civilizations.
Right, yeah.
God, Mega Man Legends. Mega Man games,
I really want to play that someday.
Those were my favorite for sure.
They seem really cool. I've watched some of like an LP, and like the Tron Bond game seems really fun too.
Yeah.
Do you know about her?
Yeah, she's in Mega Man Legends. I have that game too.
Right. Oh, cool.
I bought it because it looked for a little while there like Sony was going to shut down the PlayStation Store, and so I went through the PSN list and bought all the PS1 classics that I was thinking that I was probably going to want.
Yeah.
That was on that list, so I went and grabbed it.
Oh, cool.
But I've only ever played Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, and I never beat Mega Man Legends 2 because the disc I had was scratched, and I could get to the very last area of the game, the last level, and then it just like seized up and died.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's brutal.
Yeah, to this day, I've never gone back. I do have it on PSN. Like, I could go back and beat it.
All systems check out.
One day, maybe.
It's almost as if our own signal is bouncing back.
I probably will.
Perimeter alarm.
Oh, shit!
Looking for
What happened?
I'm being invaded.
Oh no, what does that mean?
This lady is going to come and fuck our shit up at our home base, and if I lose this mission, I lose the game.
Whoa!
And I'm on Iron Man, so I can't reload and save.
Wow, shit.
This is one of the Nemesis ladies. So there's a building I can build. One of the last buildings I have not constructed in my base right now is a defense system that makes it so that I have like auto turrets during these missions, but I don't have that.
But you're not gonna like this.
Fuck.
Shit! This is fine.
Yeah? Did they bring a giant gun?
They did. They just shot us down.
They've already got it keyed to critical systems throughout the ship.
So in this game, instead of like being like in a little home base that's like stuck in a mountain or whatever, like in the XCOM 1, you're on like a Avengers helicarrier. So you're always on the move.
Sorry. I just I'm also in a Destiny window right now, and
Of course, yeah.
Sparrows don't disappear anymore when you get off of them.
Right.
So if you go like somewhere where a lot of people are just hanging out, you just see all of their discarded bikes piled up. So like there's like 6 different sparrows piled up outside of Spider's lair on the Tangled Shore.
Oh my god.
In my instance, and they're just like sitting on each other. But then when you go into Spider's safe house, like that area is instanced, so like you don't see any of those people.
Right.
Or it's, I mean, everything in this game is instanced, but
I suppose. But like it's instanced in the open world sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you go into that room and it opens up a thing. Okay, so let's build some items here. Let's see if I can. Okay, so I can build some upgrades for my guys to protect myself, because one of the last things I did before I got invaded here was clear out a thing that gave me some alien alloys, which means I can now upgrade my guns, and I've got lots of supplies to work with.
Nice.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna,
they're just gonna let you build stuff before you come out to fight.
Yep. Any things that you can build on missions, they build like in this menu here. They build instantly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm definitely gonna get this advanced bullpup for Michael Dorn.
Sorry?
Michael Dorn is in this game.
Oh right, I forgot. Yeah.
Yaoishi, they don't disappear if you summon the sparrows anymore.
Well, they disappear if you summon a new one.
Right.
It's just they don't disappear if you just get off of it.
Right.
Like if you get off of it and you're still like in the area, it just stays there.
Yeah. You personally cannot make a pile of sparrows, but if you have a fire team, you could.
Right. Yeah.
Faction concealment will allow the equipped soldier to instantly enter concealment. Okay. Sustaining sphere is an emergency failsafe. Yeah. Nano medkit, mind shield, flashbang grenade, battle scanner. Armor.
Those all sound good.
They're not bad. I could also bring out my robot and upgrade him.
Got a robot?
Yeah, I got a robot friend. One of the DLCs for this game before War of the Chosen added a robot friend.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Let's get... Oh, boy. Hell, why don't we bring in a robot, as a matter of fact?
Yeah. Who's gonna stop you?
Nobody can stop me right now.
Exactly.
Can't stop me now. Bring in a robot. Bring in a robot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we will take the sniper out, I think. Throw on a mimic beacon. No, let's...
So, this game is only... Like, if you weren't playing on Iron Man, you like, lost, you could just retry, right?
Totally. Iron Man...
So it's not like strictly a roguelike in that sense. Like, it's not run-based.
Not unless you play Iron Man, but like the way that a lot of people play this game specifically is very much on that. There's also a really popular mod for this game that makes it much more roguelike and run based in that way.
Interesting.
Called The Long War.
Okay.
The Long War was a mod in XCOM 1 that was like so popular that going into XCOM 2, Firaxis went to those developers and said, hey, we'll pay you to make that mod even better in XCOM 2, and also we'll go to the community and promote this and say, hey, this is basically an official version of XCOM 2. That's how good this mod is. Oops. Which that makes it that makes the game way more intense. What lasts a lot longer. It's a lot more difficult. All kinds of different things like that. I've not done anything with the Long War just yet. Though I was looking at a bunch of stuff recently and like thinking about it. I was like, oh damn, Long War, huh? Big Shot Sergeant. We remove Big Shot and put in a Ranger. Do we got a Ranger to throw in? Yeah. Oh, they're tired though.
Tired.
Yeah, so one of the things XCOM 2 War of the Chosen added was that I think this was added in War of the Chosen. Units will get tired between missions, so you can't just like, besides being wounded, like the soldiers could always get wounded and then you wouldn't be able to use them until they healed.
But you can't just like use like the same guys over and over.
Right. Because they have like a will level and you can use them, but if they're tired, but they are less effective. They take like a
sure, yeah. That makes sense.
Panthera Anka says, I wonder if Iron Man people are actually, a lot of the player base are just loud. That's also possible. One thing that is nice about these defense missions... So the game is actually, like, outside of the Long War, if you're just playing the normal game, it's actually way more forgiving on the metagame stuff than it seems. So if I lose this mission, I lose the game, but I can bring out 2 almost entirely full squads, so I'm, like, fielding a group of 10 fucking soldiers right now. So it's a rough, tough, like, start there, because you're on your back foot, you're being attacked in your home, but you can bring out all that. Also, you can bring in wounded. It's the only time in the game where you can bring out wounded people.
Because like they gotta just go for it, right?
Right.
So if we can take that thing out, the cannon itself will be useless.
So I'm gonna need.
So what do you like your odds for this fight?
I think so. My units were in pretty good shape before this mission started. There's no concealment here, right? Right, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. My units were in pretty good shape, so I'm fielding a lot of my best units right off the bat. What do we got here? We got some goobers. We got and we got a berserker. And then what's this guy again? Is that an advanced trooper or a captain? Not a captain. Captains are red. No, but I do like my odds. I've just upgraded. I'm not on the highest tier of armor yet, which is like a huge upgrade in this game, but I am on tier 2 of the armor, which is still very good.
Hey, Funky.
Hello.
I think they are just in the chat.
Yeah, I saw them.
Okay.
Let's see what Spark can do. I barely ever use the robots in this game, in these games, period. Because they don't level up. You just, like, upgrade them with gear.
Right. They don't learn.
Yeah, machines can't learn. Thank God, right?
Yet.
Oh, no.
Apparently the robots do level up.
Do they level up in this one? I did not know that.
That's what Gonchorn says.
Well, that works out for me then, because that means I'm just going to get... So that would actually make sense. It's been a long time since I played Shen's Last Gift, which is the original XCOM DLC where the robots are like a big deal. Because Spark is supposed to have an AI. Spark is supposed to be like a thinking being in this one. Because your engineer lady on your crew in XCOM 2 is the daughter of the engineer guy from XCOM 1.
Hmm.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Zednot asks, how can a robot level up if it does not have a soul? Which I think is a really good question.
That is a good question. I mean, what do you call it? Mass Effect kind of tried to answer that for us, you know? Does this unit have a soul?
Oh, I see. I mean, Robo leveled up, right? I think, from Chrono Trigger?
Robo definitely leveled up, yeah. So Robo must have had a soul.
That's true. Maybe I'll replay that game someday. I was, like, pretty young when I played it, and also I cheated. Because I was like, fuck grinding.
I don't blame you, honestly.
I just, like, level 99... We just going through all these battles. I just want to know what happens. But maybe I'll replay Chrono Trigger.
I always have the toughest time going back to Square Enix games these days because all the best or all the most accessible versions of those games are always the fucking like weird
ugly
looking
ones.
ugly ones.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I'm always like, well, I want to play the best version of this, and usually the answer to what is the best version is like a DS or GBA remake. But those aren't available on like the Switch or anything like that, so you have to go back and usually look at like go and grab an actual DS or something like that.
Right.
And that's annoying.
Yeah. It sucks.
That is how I played Chrono Trigger beat Chrono Trigger for the first time recently, though. Not recently, but like about a year or two ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I just emulated it when I was a kid, I think.
Did you do a lot of emulating when you were a kid, specifically?
Yeah, because I had like very slow internet for a long time, and also I never really had like a gaming computer growing up. So basically we would just, I mean, because also like ROM sites like weren't really policed at all in like the 2000s, especially like not to the extent that they are now, right? So it was really easy to just like download Super Nintendo and Game Boy and Sega Genesis ROMs. So like my sister and I just played like a lot of like Mario All-Stars emulated or just things like that, because like we had like a Super Nintendo and stuff, and like, you know, then like later consoles, but like also that used the TV, which was in the living room, and like if someone was watching TV you couldn't do that,
right?
And B, like games cost money and emulating is free. So we're like, yeah, we're just gonna fucking download all these Super Nintendo games. Yeah, it was cool.
I was just always so scared of that stuff when I was much younger. Like, I was so scared of being on the internet. I was like, I'm going to get a virus on my computer. My parents are going to be mad.
Yeah, I mean, those are risks. They can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was much less scared of doing that than I am now, ironically.
Sure.
Because now I know how much like IPs or ISPs like watch that stuff, and it sucks. But yeah, the porn ads, yeah. Sometimes you would go to like, that was like another risk, is like sometimes you would end up somewhere that like just installed some fucking shit on your computer, and then you're like, oh fuck. Like, I guess Internet Explorer is like is dead now. We have to move on to Firefox. It's still untouched.
I love the idea of you just like leaving behind Internet Explorer behind you. Like, no, don't go back. We can't go back for him. He's already dead.
Yeah, that was around the time when like Firefox was starting to become like more popular, especially with people I knew who like had better computers. And Internet Explorer had gotten so fucked up that we are just like, all right, don't use Internet Explorer anymore. It sucks. It's bad. Just use Firefox. So that you don't see all like the deranged shit that has been installed onto Internet Explorer by these like ROM sites.
Right. I think the modern day equivalent of that is at this point, I keep hearing that like if you use Bing, which I don't know who is using Bing, but I've heard that of people who've used Bing, where it's just like they've got no content filter like that Google does for like if you Google search for like Shrek or whatever, it's just like immediately in the Bing image search just like porn all over.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, give me that good stuff. Don't give me this like like corporately policed version of my Shrek searches, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's funny. I was talking about this with Funke actually on the K-hole today, but I forget a lot of the time how much of my internet experience is like being curated for me by like algorithms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, you could search something and someone else could find totally different results.
Yeah.
And I wish you could like browse the internet like as someone else, you know, like switch a thing to be like, I want to show me the internet if I were like a 50-year-old Midwestern mother and like was really into classic cars or something, and just like what would my ads look like? What would my Google results look like?
I feel like we're 10 minutes away from that being like a service that Google tries to sell us for $5 a month. Like, look at the internet as seen through the eyes of Cillian Murphy or whoever the fuck.
Cillian Murphy, huh?
I don't know why that was the first name that occurred to me.
Everyone's been it's been on everyone's lips. What does Cillian Murphy? What does the internet look like to the Scarecrow?
To the Scarecrow himself. That didn't do much. 28 days of searching
Facebook,
with Cillian Murphy.
That's true. Facebook used to have a thing where you could view your profile as someone else.
Yeah.
And that was really useful, but I guess they got rid of it.
I guess to a certain degree, like, you can kind of live that fantasy with, what am I thinking of here? Incognito mode? I also have a similar experience anytime, so for some reason, and I don't know why, it happens less now because I'm not using Chrome. Since I rebooted my computer, I've been using just Microsoft Edge, because I'd always heard like people say, no, actually Edge is really good, so I figured I'd
Edge
try
is
it.
better and Edge has gotten better and Chrome has gotten worse. I think that's true.
Got it. So I'm decided to use Edge, and it's actually like it's been super good and super fine. Where was I going with that? Sorry. Oh, so it doesn't happen as much as it used to, but it used to happen where I would get that Chrome would sign me out of my Google account and switch me over to the Fanbyte account constantly.
Oh, sure.
And I don't know why, but what would happen is I would like go to YouTube to go like watch music or, you know, listen to music and stuff like that, because I listen to a lot of music on YouTube. And it wouldn't have my like usual search recommendations on the front screen, so I was just seeing what I assume is like what most people see on the internet, and it was just like top 10 amazing fails. Like
that's like how I feel when I when I turn on our TV and it's signed out of YouTube, and it's just like, what the fuck is this? This is like deranged content.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's very strange, yeah. Like the top 10 fails. Like fails at what? What are you talking about? What fails? Like, God.
Babies opening toys and blah blah blah. Yeah, like that sort of thing. That whole the idea that there's just like this entire, not just this entire, but like entire worlds on specific websites. Not even like, oh, of course there's like, you know, a website dedicated to XYZ for everything. But the idea that like YouTube is just so big and so varied and so wide at this point, and it is trying to appeal to so many different people, and the algorithm is built in a certain way to do that, that there's just like entire communities out there that we'll never know anything about. Or that to us, like, wait, does anybody watch this? And then you look at it and it's like, oh, this has 16 million views.
Yeah, like everyone watches this.
This is like, we are the weirdos, actually.
Yeah. Hey, mister. We're the weirdos.
Wow.
Closing on target position now. Advent forces sighted.
Yeah, it's strange to think about how much of this stuff is just like a bubble that you live in.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the good old Mimic Beacon here, which is one of the best items in this fucking game.
Venom 2 trailer is currently on YouTube default. Wow.
Interesting. I guess they probably like that's the other thing too, is like a lot of that stuff is just straight up paid for.
Yeah.
Friendly unit. Who the fuck is standing next to that?
I feel like YouTube's really been pushing, like, I don't know, like I have YouTube Red and I still feel like not Red, whatever it's called now. Pro.
Oh god, yeah. I still call it YouTube Red.
And I still feel like they have like a lot of ads, or like at least stuff that like I'm like, I don't want to see this. They're just like, hey, do you want to see like a million different influencers talk to Dr. Fauci about COVID? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like, and yet you insist on showing me this stuff. Why am I paying you? Yeah, YouTube Red does sound salacious, which I think is why they changed the name.
Right. Like, you think they changed that because of RedTube?
RedTube, yeah.
Well, that sucks. I didn't realize that I had thrown that claymore so close to that mimic beacon, so I guess I'll just, like, eat it for now. I must have somebody as well who... I must have somebody on this squad who has a med pack, and I hope I do, because Mox has been poisoned by a chrysalid. I think this is the first mission where they've introduced chrysalids to me in this campaign. And chrysalids, if you don't know, Merritt, are the worst thing ever to be in a video game.
Okay. I mean, all I know the Chrysalids as is a really not that great novel that I read in high school about mutants in a post-apocalyptic future who are saved by people from New Zealand.
Okay.
But I assume that's not what this is. What are they in this game?
The chrysalids in this game are these like little bug men that look like hydralisks or zerg or tyranids or whatever. And what they do is, in previous games, what they used to do was they would attack your guys in melee range, and then they would poison them. And if your guys died while poisoned with that stuff, they would turn into zombies and then attack you. Now, though that was bad, now they're worse in XCOM 2. Because now what they do is... How bad are those things there? It's a codex? Now what they do is attack your guys, poison them, and if your guy does a poison, they turn it into an egg sac that spawns more chrysalids every turn, or every couple of turns. So it's kind of like that, but worse.
Too.
Yeah. Oh, please tell me I have somebody with a med pack. Did I? I know I brought... Okay, yeah. Okay. Whew. I was about to lose my mind.
How are things going for you? Are they under control?
I think pretty good. I was worried there for a second that I didn't have my medic, and I was almost certain I did, and it turns out I did, and I just couldn't find them. So that makes things a lot easier, because if that chrysalid had popped Pray Tell Mox, things would have gone really bad. I'm just going to get that chrysalid off the field, actually, right now. There's a lot of guys. A lot of them are goobers, though, and I've got so many men. As
long as you don't miscount them.
No, I so far have not miscounted them, but it's unclear. There could be more off-screen that I'm not able to count, you know?
Oh, sure, yeah. That's always going to be a possibility.
Chrysalids, the movie, is that related to Dave the Triffids at all?
I don't know if there was... I only know it as a book. I don't know if it's related to Jay the Triffids.
Okay.
Might be by the same person. Also, why are we talking about Down Periscope? Oh my god. Okay.
People are talking about Dumb Periscope in the chat?
Down Periscope, yeah. The movie. Have you seen that?
Yeah, a long time ago, but
oh
yeah.
My god. Wow. You're the only other person I've ever met who's seen that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so that movie... I was talking about it on Twitter the other day because someone used a Mad Men screen cap that I thought was from that movie.
The very similar products.
Very similar products, but that movie, I was staying over. I was trying to think, I was house sitting for some family friends, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we rented this movie. We didn't let our kids watch it, but." You're allowed to watch it, I guess. And I was like, okay, what is this this forbidden movie? And it was Down Periscope. The only detail of which that I remember is that Fraser has a genital tattoo, which I'm kind of curious now if that was before or after Kelsey Grammer did that in real life.
Wait, did he do that in real life? That's the first I'm hearing about that part.
I'm pretty sure he does have a tattue there.
Wow.
Also, whenever I look back on that movie, I'm like, oh yeah, that was a great Leslie Nielsen movie. And then I'm like, nope, that was a Kelsey Grammer joint.
On Overwatch.
Because it's not even really. I'm thinking about it now. Like the style of humor in that movie, like Kelsey Grammer's character in that movie is too, I think, confident in himself to be a Leslie Nielsen type figure.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it has nothing to do with him. Just for whatever reason, I've just
always assumed it's one of those.
It's in my head, yeah.
It's like one of those classic mistakes, like confusing Ewan McGregor and Jude Law all the time. Like, one of those things that everybody does.
Everyone does it now, yeah. God. Wow.
Yeah, Mox is awesome.
It would have been really embarrassing if you'd missed that.
It was a 100% chance, but who the fuck knows with XCOM?
You're like a foot away.
I'm gonna put him into. Oh, well, that's not what I meant to do, but that's fine. I meant to put him into Overwatch because we got Chrysalids incoming. I think the Chrysalid will go for the Mimic Beacon though.
But you gotta put him in Overwatch. This guy, they're gonna love this guy over there.
Yeah. There's gonna be so much fanfic about Pray Tell Mox in Overwatch 2. People aren't really ready for it. Source Filmmaker has been crying out.
God.
I don't know why it is one of my favorite things in the world that just like, oh, nice dodge. One of my favorite things in the world to just like make jokes and remind people about source filmmaker porn. I don't know why that is like one of my like little favorite facets of the internet. Like why that like this thing that came out of Valve, one of the biggest PC companies in the world, is mostly, almost entirely, 90% surely used for just like people making their favorite fictional characters fuck.
I would say there is some use of it for just making comedy videos too, but like the vast majority, you're probably right, is that, which is funny. It's true.
I feel like the comedy video. Well, then again, who knows? Maybe the comedy videos like are still going, and that's just in a corner of the internet I'm just not following anymore.
I feel like I see some sometimes. I feel like TF2 was sort of the high point of those.
It absolutely
everyone
was.
loved those guys, yeah,
and
their wild styles.
Well, who can blame them? You know.
Who can blame them? Not me.
Who knows? Not me.
Boom.
Down Periscope is like Police Academy on a boat.
Police Academy
yeah,
on a boat.
I think that's why I thought, because I think it was the people who wrote Police Academy, or like made Police Academy. They're like, what if it was Boat Academy?
It is almost exactly what that movie is. Like that's a really, really apt description.
Yep, it's true.
That's one turret down, but we still need to deal with the rest. Watch your flanks out there.
Airplane, but wet. Airplane
It's not
in
like
water.
Airplane. I wish it was more like Airplane. Did you ever watch like Airplane and Top Secret and all and Hot Shots?
I watched Airplane a few years ago and I didn't really care for it, but I might like it more now. I don't know. I think I watched the Hot Shots movies when I was a kid, and I have seen. I think I've seen all of the Naked Gun movies.
Okay.
But these were all like years ago.
I don't know
Are
if
you into those kinds of things?
I watched Top Secret and Airplane a lot as a kid. Hot Shots never as much.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. Like those movies also just like that style of humor was probably like maybe it's like one of those things too where like Monty Python and the Holy Grail was the height of fucking comedy when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Even though that like now modern kids are probably like, what the fuck is this? Like this looks like it's for old people.
I don't know. I mean, I've wondered about that publicly recently. Of just, are there still there must still be high school kids who discover Monty Python and are like, this is the fucking funniest thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
But like there were people who thought that when I was growing up too. But then like there were a lot of people who were like, that's dumb. So like I think probably that is still the case. there are still both.
Right. The two factions have not squashed that beef yet.
And I don't believe so. No.
Okay. I was not a theater kid growing up, but I was in like speech and debate, or not speech and debate, but speech and stuff like that. And I feel like that is theater kid adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me, like Monty Python feels to me like a thing that like a certain class of theater kid would be into.
Yeah, definitely.
At any age.
YouTube's other free with ads movies include Pumping Iron, But I'm a Cheerleader, and Stargate. Wow, I mean, those are all pretty good. I mean, I haven't seen Stargate in a long time, but
I feel like I talked a lot about Stargate on the last stream on Sunday.
there's some overlap with this, right?
Totally, yeah.
XCOM taking some influence.
Absolutely, I think so.
Kind of like thought about watching one of those shows. Like I thought about watching SG-1 because like I've read some stuff on it and I'm like, oh, this actually sounds kind of cool.
Merritt, I watched so much Stargate, SG-1, and less Atlantis, but a lot of SG-1 when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were a big Stargate household. I watched basically
Stargate family.
Yeah, big Stargate family. The part of that was just because I watched basically anything and everything that was on Sci-Fi Channel that was like, you know, going back to like Farscape. But yeah, like Stargate SG-1, it was also one of those shows, I think we talked about this specifically too, where it was like one of those shows that you just bought on DVD and you would just sit and watch all of it.
Sure, yeah.
It was a big one of those for me.
When's Stargate gonna come back? They gotta make a game, right? They gotta make like a redo Stargate, maybe?
They were working on like a Stargate MMO for a while there that I don't think ever came out. Blackjack Attack asks, so what exactly is Stargate? Is it like a sliders traveling through Stargates or more like Star Trek? It's probably more like Star Trek. Stargate SG-1
like Star Trek.
Yeah. I would say the movie Stargate. So Stargate originally is a Kurt Russell movie.
Right. It's like very different.
Very different. But the Stargate SG-1 is a continuation of that movie, though. It's a sequel to all the stuff that all the TV shows are sequels to that movie.
Yeah.
But they just like replace Kurt Russell with MacGyver. What's his name?
They're all over me.
Yeah, MacGyver.
I want to say Henry Dean Morgan. That's not it, though. It's one of those 3-word names, though. But yeah, they so like in Stargate, the movie, all of the characters that they like find a big wheel in Egypt and they're like, what the fuck is this? And then like decades later, they discover a way to turn it on and power it up, and it turns out it's a portal to like an alien planet. Where it turns out that like a bunch of ancient Egyptian gods were actually aliens who like enslaved the population of Earth and got beaten back eventually by the Egyptians and retreated back through the Stargate back to their homeworld. And then the U.S. military figures out that they can like turn on the Stargate, so they decide like, well, that's probably a good idea, so let's turn that on and send people through it. And then they go there. Yeah.
Why not?
Of course. Why wouldn't you? They go there and they meet, like, you know, it's Raw in the movie. And it turns out that, like, the alien, like, evil aliens that pretend to be gods are parasites that inhabit people's bodies.
Right, yeah.
Check it before you get too close.
And then they fight them, and that's kind of that movie. The TV show is, like... one of the like the scientist character from Stargate, the movie, decides to stay back on that planet because he like has a wife and like gets married and like has a romance with her in the first movie. But then in the TV series, she gets killed in like the first episode, so he decides to like join a team to like because they find out that there's tons of these aliens all over the galaxy and they're coming to Earth and whatsoever. And then it just goes. That show ran for 10 seasons for the first TV series, and there was 2 more TV series after that. So, like, it's one of those shows where it's just, like, escalating, you know, you go from
right
the Saiyans to Frieza to Cell to androids, and yeah.
Damn.
The replicators. There was like these Lego aliens that were like the main threat for a long time.
Lego aliens?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
They were like little aliens made of Legos that like if you shot them, they would like fall apart, and then they could just reform back into like little Lego, like out of their little Lego pieces.
Huh.
And
Weird.
the like super advanced alien like good guys, the Asgardians, who were like little Greylians, they were like sectoids from this game.
Mm-hmm.
They had been at war with those aliens for like 1,000,000 years, and they couldn't figure out a way to beat them. And then they find out that like, oh wait, human technology is so shitty that these aliens don't know how to fight it. Like the replicators don't know how to deal with it. Gun works on them because they're like all about like energy shielding themselves and stuff like that.
Oh, sure. And they evolved so much, yet they didn't evolve to defeat Gun.
Right.
Damn. Tragic.
So they enlist the humans to help.
Panthera Anka says it's the One Piece of live-action sci-fi, which is a very funny way to describe something.
I'm thinking that over a little bit, and it's not wrong. Just like Star Wars, where lead throwers are the most dangerous weapon of all, it is kind of that idea. Like they literally just shoot them. They're like little spiders at first. But then they do a Battlestar Galactica got popular around this time, so eventually the replicators like did the whole like turn into human people, robots but people thing.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, this isn't even the Reaper I thought. I thought that. Oh, right. Elena Dragonova, Marina Sirtis' character in this game is like captured by aliens, and I haven't been able to find her yet. I just remembered that.
Oh no.
Yeah. Where is my... I thought I had a ranger out here, but maybe I already made them move this turn and forgot. Because she is weak to melee attacks. Demolition Man. I know they fight Anubis at one point. Anubis is like a big weird oil man. And then there's Stargate Atlantis, because Atlantis turns out to be its own planet.
Wow, damn.
And Stargate Atlantis was like the Voyager of Stargate, where they get like trapped on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, so this is her with the sword, but she was blinded, so she couldn't see. Well. Slice. I have such fond memories of watching Stargate with my parents during middle school, says Fuzzy Tipsy. Yep, that was a very similar experience to mine.
Copy. Moving on target.
Did you have like a show, like a genre show that you enjoyed with your parents in that same way? Or were your parents not really into that?
Not really. I wouldn't say not really until like until the Doctor Who reboot came back.
Sure.
My mom and I watched that because she had watched Doctor Who as a kid.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise not really. Like my family didn't really watch Star Trek, and like my extended family did, I feel like, but like yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, my family wasn't always super into it either, which is why I think Stargate was like why we watched a lot of Stargate together that way, because it was like a show that my parents were also into, or at least my mom was.
Cool, yeah. Apparently there's French Stewart is in Stargate, but he's not doing French Stewart voice. He's just a tough guy or something.
A tough guy. I'm trying to remember who French Stewart played.
Yeah.
Tough guy French Stewart.
Taken care of.
The movie has French Stewart. Okay, I remember less about the movie than the TV series.
Oh, sure.
I do remember, so there was an episode of the TV series where they get stuck in a time loop where they just keep living the same day over and over and over again, or what the MacGyver character does, the guy who played MacGyver. And it was one of my favorite episodes because I remember at the time, because he kept getting he was trapped in this Groundhog Day scenario the whole time. he would just like do increasingly stupid stuff, just like Groundhog Day. They just wanted to do Groundhog Day. And so he starts like playing golf through the Stargate and stuff like that. And says like, so how many...
I've seen clips of this episode. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, thanks, Blackjack Attack, for killing the assassin. Unfortunately, she's not dead permanently, just for a little while.
Oof.
Long enough for me to win this mission, though.
On the move.
Helios 556 also remembers the time loop episode. Huh.
I think that was like a popular one.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I've heard of it, and like I have never seen a full episode of that show, so.
Right.
We can't take hits like that.
Stargate also got into, later on, a lot of the stuff that I feel like Supernatural started doing. Where it was one of those shows where it recognized that it was a show that had fans and like acknowledged fandom in the show.
Right, yeah.
I think I don't know who did it first, if it was Supernatural or Stargate, but they literally had a character who was like, I'm a guy who writes, who got rich off of making a TV show off of the exploits of the characters from the show that I'm watching.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. I thought people didn't like when Supernatural did that, but I can't remember. My Supernatural knowledge drops off at a certain point.
Woodrose asks, how does one go about watching SG-1 nowadays? I think it was on Verve for a while.
Was it? Okay.
Because I remember editing a piece about it while I worked there. It might be on Netflix now.
Maybe. I wonder if Sci-Fi Channel has its own, like... If not streaming service, then I wonder if they have, like, a deal with somebody or something.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't even know what Sci-Fi Channel is up to these days. I don't watch TV, like, on TV, basically ever.
Yeah. No, me neither. The few times I do it are, like, when I go over to someone else's house and they have a TV on, and it's just very strange to, like, see commercials and stuff.
Right.
Like, especially because I think the strangest part of it is seeing commercials that aren't as tailored as, like, web stuff is.
Right.
So, like... You know, it's this video. It's like depending on like the demographic of like who watches at what time, basically. So it's like, oh, here's all these ads for cars and like home insurance and like life insurance policies and stuff. And it's like, wow, it's because I'm watching like the IFC at like 7 o'clock on like a Saturday night. That's why you're showing me this. But like, wow, you're way off.
There's honestly like a part of me that is like almost weirdly nostalgic sometimes, where I'm like, when I'm in a hotel specifically is when I feel like I watch TV, because I'm just like, what's on TV in San Francisco right now?
Mm-hmm.
And then that gets into like, what does the local morning news look like in a city that I'm in like once a year, if that?
I think the last time I remember doing that is the first time I came to New York.
Oh,
I
sure.
was in a hotel and was like, what's like New York news look like? Like, it's just like, what's going on?
April on there.
April O'Neil on the news.
What's she's got to say about these turtles?
I kind of want to rewatch the Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh, the live action ones?
Yeah, like the old ones.
Oh, right. They made new ones, right?
They've made a bunch.
Christ.
I've only ever seen 1 and 2.
Oh, really?
Oh, hey, Jay. What's up?
Hi, Jay.
I've only ever seen 1 and 2. 3 is terrible. Everything I've heard. Yeah, it's an abomination. They go back in time. Have you seen it?
I have seen every single one of them, yeah.
Okay, yeah. They go back in time for some reason.
They go back in time and invent the pizza.
In Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why that movie happened. There's a snack check going on right now. I we'll be right back because I'm gonna get some gelato. I think out of the freezer.
Some milk and eggs.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Hi, Jay. Mama Jay has just redeemed a snack check, and Merritt is apparently about to have some gelato. I have some red grapes that I'm going to be snacking on here after a little bit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's 6 damage. Fuck you. I've been getting way into eating fruit and cheese, because those are snacks that are supposedly more healthy for me than other things that I normally eat. And grapes are delicious. I don't know if nobody's saying this. Not enough people are talking about this. You know about this? Grapes taste good. Yes. What am I doing here? I need to take this motherfucking heavy back out before it gets to use any AoE attacks. Cause okay, well. Woodrose, fuck! I forgot about grapes. I know, right? Don't forget about grapes. I think one of my problems with grapes recently has been that my local grocery store where I live now, because I just moved a couple of like a month or two ago, if people didn't realize, the grocery store that I live closest to is a smaller one. Their grapes are, I don't know, maybe grapes are off season right now, but it's weird because their grapes are bad in the big bags. They don't taste right at all. But if I get the ones that come in like the little cups that are like prepared in the produce section, like they have in like the freezer type area or like the refrigerator, those taste good. And I don't know what the difference is between them, and it drives me crazy because I just want like a big bag of grapes that I can just have anytime and not have to worry about like buying a cup of grapes. And it's, I don't know what, and sometimes they don't even have the grapes. Sometimes they don't have the grapes in the cup. The fuck? Let's do a little Demolition Man. See what I've never used this skill in this campaign. Let's give it a shot. Look at that. Oh, that actually did more harm to me than good, huh? All right. Well, it's fine. Strawberry season is ending here, but it's melon time instead, says Black Jacket Tap. That's interesting. I've also been eating a lot of strawberries. Strawberries, I have a tougher time just eating just like a load of strawberries in the same way that I'll just eat like a load of grapes. Like I can have a bunch of strawberries like in 1 week, but then it's like I'm good for a while. Grapes, something about them is just like I will just eat grapes for the rest of my life. Y'all ever had those cotton candy grapes, says Squid Ass, and what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Is that some kind of like genetically engineered grape? Oh shit, I didn't realize this guy was still alive. I thought I had blown him up. I blew up the purifier. Fuck. Talking too much about grapes. Got grape brain. I need to have some, I'll eat some more. I was eating for a little while there. I was just taking like mozzarella cheese and strawberries at the same time and kind of eating those together as like a snack, and that was really good. I liked that a lot. Cotton candy grapes. They are absurdly expensive and do taste like cotton candy. Interesting. I've never heard of this before, but I believe you. Like an apple and some nice cheddar, says Zed Not. Hell yeah.
It's down. That's it. I'm out.
Otherwise, I've been eating a lot of. I've been bad actually lately. I've been eating worse than I had been previously. I'm back on sort of. I've been eating too many like chips and candy again recently, which I had gotten pretty well off of there for a little while, and then I just started doing it again. And I need to actually. I did just buy the other day a bunch of food to prep for myself, which is nice. So I bought some shrimp, some chickens, black beans. Got all kinds of spices. I'm going to get back on that train again at the very least, because I've been making sort of my own, like, sort of black bean and chicken burritos with just, like, cumin and various other spices, I suppose. Cayenne, onions. Pickles brined in fruit punch. Tropicals from Walmart. What? Science has gone too far. I'm saying this all the time.
Now we fight in the open.
That's fine. We'll get this person into cover. So I've taken out the Chosen. I have to imagine I've taken out basically... Oh, I wonder if the game is counting these big turrets as enemy forces. Destroy the mobile power generator. Destroy all turrets. Okay, yeah, because I'll be killing this. Okay, it doesn't say eliminate all enemy forces, so I assume there's some enemy forces there still blocking this thing. But I gotta imagine the worst of it is over. They already threw Tyranids at me. Not Tyranids, fuck. Chrysalids at me. They're just Tyranids, come on.
Come get some.
They already threw an advanced mech at me. They already threw the Chosen at me. A lot of the worst that I can possibly imagine is over, so I'm guessing I can just go blow this thing up and be done. Probably not done, but like I bet it'll be pretty easy.
So, I lied. It's not gelato. It's vegan ice cream.
Oh.
Reloaded.
But which is the opposite, I feel like, of gelato.
Yeah, it's milk and eggs. A certain movie told me that gelato is milk and eggs, so...
Wait, what movie?
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Gelato isn't vegan? It's milk and eggs, bitch.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's like a whole plot point.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Punisher comes out and then kills Superman.
Uh-huh.
Because he ate non-vegan food.
Wait, who plays that guy?
Which one? The vegan?
Yeah.
Brandon Routh?
And that's Superman?
He was Superman in Superman Returns, about 600 years ago. Then he came full circle because he started playing a different DC superhero on DC, like on the CW. He played the Atom for a while.
Oh.
And then Captain America is the skater, and the vegan, one of the vegan police is the Punisher from not the original Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren, but the like early 2000s Punisher movie.
Wow, apparently I didn't know who like any actors were when I saw this movie.
Moving on target location.
Well, a lot of them, like Chris Evans, because he had been the Human Torch at the time, but he wasn't Captain America yet, so he wasn't like a huge name, I don't think.
Right, yeah. He was in not another teen movie.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, damn. Okay, yeah, so he was... Also, he was in the 2007 Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, wow. I've not seen any of those Ninja Turtles movies.
No, me neither, the new ones.
They look bad.
Not very good.
What's his name?
Yeah, Thomas Jane is the vegan police officer.
He's one of them, yeah, there's two.
Yep. The other one is Clifton Collins Jr.
Who's that?
He was in Westworld. He was in Pacific Rim.
Did he play the West or the World?
Oh, wow. That's... I never saw it, so I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Wow, Bill Hader was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He was the voice, apparently. So maybe he just is a voice. But...
Of, like, the narrator? Because there's a narrator in that movie for, like, 10 seconds, but not like a, not like a big role. It's like, once upon a time.
Scott Pilgrim in so long.
I haven't seen it in a very long time either. I guess I've been thinking about it a lot lately because it was like, I guess, the 10-year anniversary or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
I did watch that movie a lot when it came out and when it came out on Blu-ray. I don't want to grab a purifier because those guys explode when you kill them, and if I can do a Scorpion get over here move with this guy, but if I do it on a guy who has a 50-50 chance of exploding, I think that's a bad idea.
That might not be a great one, yeah.
Right. Also, yeah, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, was Scott's ex-girlfriend, the one from the Clash at Demon Head.
Wait, really?
Yeah. That movie's like a who's who of people who would become like huge in Marvel movies and stuff 10 years later or 5 years later, I guess.
Oh yeah, Alison Pill was in it too.
Uh-huh.
She was Kim.
And she's hard to recognize because like the Kim design is so
Her hair is
different.
like really different.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's well, cause she was in Snowpiercer with what's his name? After that,
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kieran Culkin. I forgot Kieran Culkin is in that.
Yeah, he's fun too. I like his character a lot.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
Haywire's a go.
Quick, what's the URL for Amazon.ca? Amazon.ca. Obviously, what's her name? Ramona Flowers. She went on to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she's done a bunch of horror stuff. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Yeah.
She was also in Gemini Man.
Was she really?
Yeah. So, you know,
The scariest movie of them all, some say.
some ups and downs.
She's not in. I don't know why. I always get her confused with the woman who's in the reboot of The Thing. That's like kind of a.
That was her.
semi-sequel. That was her.
That was her.
Okay.
Never saw it.
It's not good. It's bad. The weird tragedy of that movie too is that they shot that entire movie using a practical effects monster that looks way better, and then at like the 11th hour, the studio came in and said, "This looks like shit. You got to replace it with CG." And the CG looks terrible, and it's like so bland and lifeless. Like bland, not just in the sense that it's just not very convincing CG, but also just like. You know how a big part of the thing is like how unique the different forms that the monster takes and like how inventive it gets with like morphing the human body in different ways?
Yeah.
It does none of that. It's just a big fleshy mass in that movie. It's just nothing.
Yeah, Jay, I love horror movies. They're like, it's my favorite genre. I'm one of those weirdos who's just like obsessed with them.
We have done a whole ton of horror movie podcasts called "You Love to Scream It" over on the "You Love to See It" podcast feed, which is our movie podcast where the Merit is on.
I am no longer on that podcast right now.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking a break from it.
Sure.
Just to focus on some other things that I have in the works. But yeah, no, I love horror movies.
Yeah.
I'm just a real sicko that way. Although that is pretty new. That's in like the last, I would say, like 3 years or so.
Oh yeah. You got into watching it with like Danielle, I know.
Yeah, Danielle got me into horror movies.
6 damage through 2 armor, huh? Okay. If you're sure. Do you guys enjoy A24 horror movies? Is that like The Conjuring and stuff?
Well, so some of them are like Saint Maud, The Witch, Midsommar,
Oh, those ones.
Hereditary. I like some of them. I think. I don't know. This is kind of like a fraught topic because like there's like a lot of weird arguments around this shit. But I really do feel like a lot of horror movies now are trying to do this thing of like the first half hour is like, oh, something bad happens, and then like the next hour is just like a monster that's kind of like a metaphor for like losing your daughter or something, and it's just like, all right, I mean,
Yeah.
does it always have to be like this? Like, I think Hereditary is a fucking incredible movie that is pretty much carried by Toni Collette. But I like a lot of horror that is not necessarily, I don't know, I feel like basically a lot of people have tried to imitate that now, and so there is like this kind of bad effect of like people being like, I'm making important horror. And it's like, no, just make a movie about a guy with a power drill who wants to kill people and you'll probably end up saying more than you would by making a movie that's supposed to be like important or whatever.
Right. I think I'm on record as saying this in some sector somewhere, but that is super not my kind of thing at all, like my kind of horror movie. I have not seen Hereditary, and I've still not seen Midsommar. Neither of them.
I think Midsommar is like not as good.
Yeah.
Wait, was Green Room A24?
Oh, was it?
That's weird. I thought Green Room. Oh yeah, it was. I thought it was like okay. Did you watch that?
I've seen little bits and pieces of it because my brother loves these movies, and so whenever he's watching them, I see little things about them. So I know what Green Room is like and what it's about, but I've never actually like sat down and watched. So again, just really not my sort of thing at all.
Is it horror? I mean, kind of. It's like psychological horror. Like it's. I mean, yeah, it's like people are trapped in a room. The monsters are just Nazis instead of like a guy with a knife.
Yeah. In terms of like what they're trying to convey, yeah, it's being like it's a horror movie in the same way that like I don't know, like Funny Games is a horror movie, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I like creature features. I like monster movies.
What's your favorite horror monster?
Oh, it's The Thing.
The Thing is great. Yeah, definitely like one of the all-time scariest.
Yeah. Undeniable.
What's your favorite like classic monster? Like Wolfman, Mummy, Vampire, Frankenstein's monster, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Like what are those? What of those do you prefer?
Who am I hitting with that? Oh. I remember thinking when I was a kid that definitely thinking the Creature from the Black Lagoon was the coolest. Like just really loving the way that it looked. I was also like, this is another thing I'm on record about is like loving swimming and the water and stuff. Used to be really obsessed with that. I was like the real life version of like fucking Jotaro wanting to be a fucking marine biologist. I also used to say that about myself all the time. It's like, oh, that's what I'm gonna be. I think that's just like a common thing that like kids of the 90s also used to say a lot.
I did not know that about you though.
Oh yeah. So like anything with like water monsters was like a big deal with me at the time. And I just thought that like things under the water and coming out to grab you and stuff was always like super scary.
Yeah, I am really afraid of swimming in open water even still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay is saying, yeah, the hashtag dark universe monsters. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
God, witness the birth of a dark universe.
I love those mummy movies. The ones with like
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. I love the first one, I guess. So the second one is not good, but I still watched it a lot.
Is the second one the Scorpion King, or is that the third one?
That is the Scorpion King, yeah. The third one is like Donnie Yen. No, Jet Li is like a Chinese mummy. I think it's Jet Li. I've never seen the third movie, so I don't actually remember it.
I can barely keep our systems online. We have to take out that gun.
It was Jet Li.
Jet Li, okay.
Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Tomb of the Dragon. Yeah, I don't remember that movie at all. Well, I never really sat down and watched it, so.
Yeah, Jay, The Rock was the Scorpion King. It was an early rock role.
That was like one of his like first breakout things, really. Even though he's like in that movie for 10 seconds as himself, and then it's just a big, terrible looking CG monster at the end of that movie.
Big CGI scorpion monster, yeah.
He looks. It's some of the most poorly aged CG in history.
Blackjack Attack's been going through Roger Corman's first films.
Huh.
And just got to the Undead. I started an MST3K episode on the Undead last night, but I didn't finish it. I haven't actually seen that many Corman films, but we did an episode, if you'd love to see it, on X, the man with the X-ray eyes.
Oh,
at
cool.
the suggestion of Jordan.
Yeah.
Our podcast producer. I actually really like that movie. Have you seen it?
I've not, but I am familiar with it through Jordan.
Yeah, it's just like Ray Milland, this scientist, invents like he's just like this classic scientist that's just like, no, I need to go further than anyone has ever gone before. And they're like, you're crazy. And he's like, am I? Or is the whole world crazy? And he makes this like chemical that lets him see better. But then he starts seeing too good, and he can't stop seeing all of the things that exist in the world. And he's like seeing like through walls, and then he's seeing like chemical, like, you know, like atoms and all this shit, and just basically loses his mind as the movie goes on. And it has really fun effects to like show you what he's seeing.
That's cool.
Wait, Lloyd Kaufman worked on My Dinner with Andre, which makes My Dinner with Andre a trauma movie. Oh my god. God, Lloyd Kaufman, come on, K-hole.
Oh my god, that would be cool as hell.
I've only actually seen the one trauma movie. I think I've only seen The Toxic Avenger.
Right, you just watched that recently, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was like a few weeks ago.
I've not really seen basically any trauma movies, which is weird because, again, I just said I love like monster movies and creature feature type stuff.
Yeah, they're real nasty.
Yeah.
Like, even Toxic Avenger is pretty nasty. It's like, yeah, just like opens with just like these kids, just like these like psychopath criminal teens, like running over a child's head and exploding it, to just set them up as like just cartoonishly evil villains who then the Toxic Avenger will, like, you know, cut in half or whatever.
Right.
So easily set aflame.
And then they made that into a cartoon.
They made that into a cartoon. But they also made like 2 RoboCop cartoons in that same era, and
That's
like
true.
a Rambo cartoon, right?
Heading there now.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Which I've seen a little bit of the RoboCop cartoon, because when I heard that there was a RoboCop cartoon, I was like, what the fuck? And then I like looked up illegal rips of the RoboCop cartoon on YouTube several years ago. Another
RoboCop, also like a weird movie to make like into a TV show, and like there were NES games for RoboCop and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Conan cartoon. I remember, I think I saw some of the Conan cartoon when I was a kid. Weird.
Conan cartoon.
Weird.
Weird, yeah. I actually have not watched the original Schwarzenegger Conan movie all the way through, but I like that vibe. That movie's got a cool vibe that I kind of want to go back and check out.
Mm-hmm.
It's another good James Earl Jones turn as a good villain.
So did you win?
I did win, yeah.
Nice.
We beat back the Chosen, and that's actually great for me because there was so many guys on the field that I actually leveled up a bunch of people. Did take a lot of wounded on that one, which is tough. Yeah, congratulations on winning XCOM, finally.
We managed to keep the Chosen off.
I love these shots at the end of just like everybody falling over, like, oh god, why?
Track their position.
This gravely wounded robot as well. Kill shots, increase crit chance. Yeah, that's good. I think that's the one to take, usually. Grants an extra action to a squad mate is good. Free ripjack attacks on enemies that enter or attack from melee range is good. This one I never, like, a powerful form of Overwatch, instead of firing automatically perform any single action, which I assume means that he can, like, throw grenades as Overwatch or, like, shoot his wrist rocket. When targeted by an enemy, automatically fire back with your bullpup once per turn. Okay. That seems really good. Retribution is also really good, especially... Yeah, Retribution is good because if you use Ripjack and Justice, or any Ripjack attacks. Yeah, okay, so it does level up the robot.
Nice.
Gain a bonus point of armor and always provide high cover to all adjacent squad mates. That's really good. Overdrive is active. Standard shots do not incur recoil penalties. Interesting. I'm gonna go with the making him into a big wall for my allies, because the armor is really good too.
Yeah, make him Bastion. Make him turn into like a big turret.
Yeah, there you go. With every successful Overwatch shot, there's a 50% chance that another shot will be taken. Who's this one again? This is my... She's a specialist. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Remember Bastion?
I do remember Bastion.
His whole thing.
Yeah. I remember it being such a talking point.
The little bird.
Yeah, he had a little bird. And I remember that being like the real big talking point at the time of like Blizzard cutscenes stories versus Blizzard in-game stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, oh, this robot has PTSD versus like, we're just all having fun running around in the Overwatch world. Yeah.
Honestly, they fucked up with that story in that game because they could have just made it like... I think Apex is kind of funny in how they do it, like with... Like, people don't actually die in the Apex games, canonically, as far as I know.
They just, like, transform, or not transform, what is it?
Or they teleport out, or, like, they have clones, or, like, something. And that, to me, is, like, very funny for, like, a round-based game with characters, and Overwatch is, like, no, we are real superheroes, and they're real villains doing bad things. Anyway, let's wait patiently in this little box before we're let out to push this fucking studio executive's limo to the end of the... Like, what? Like, it was so clearly, like, set up like a sports event. But, like, the narrative was just... It didn't fit at all.
And it leads to these weird situations where you have, like, characters who are, like, canonically, like... absolutely despise each other. It's like, you killed my mother. And then it's like, yeah. Anyway, let's go push this payload. And they have to have voice lines for it.
Right. It's very strange.
Strange game. Strange cultural artifact at this point.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because it, like, it went on to influence, like, so much of how other companies, like, approach games, and how Blizzard, like, it like, shaped, probably at this point, like, years of Blizzard's, like, strategy for, like, oh, no, we're gonna go deep into esports. The Overwatch League, we're gonna completely change the game. And then it's, like, that kind of just seems like it has been completely abandoned by Activision.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Scilab. Insufficient power, I see. So can I make a power relay upgrade?
Yeah, Blackjack Attack says, I still play Overwatch, and it's so obvious how much they want it to just be an esport, and how much the remaining community refuses it. Yeah, like, it seems like, yeah, I don't know, they really were like, all right, we're going to go pro esports, we're going to lean into the pro community, and then it turns out there's just, like, not that many people wanted to watch. I don't know, it seems, does Overwatch League still exist?
I think it does, yeah. Esports is still, like, supposedly, like, a big thing for them. I think they've like, slowly walked it back, and, like, seem to walk it back a little bit more every day.
Yeah, it just seems like it never got to the same point as, like, a Counter-Strike or something,
right?
You know, or like a StarCraft.
There were some casualties during that last.
I don't know. It's weird.
I used to always wonder if that was a situation where, like, people just didn't want to watch, or it was very, not that people didn't want to watch it, but, like, it was very tough for people to watch first-person competitive games like that, and, like, hard to track what was even going on.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. But Counter-Strike is, like, has, like, a big competitive scene.
So that's
right?
that's the part where it, like, always, breaks down for me, is that, like, Counter-Strike is so huge. But Counter-Strike...
Maybe Counter-Strike is more legible because it's just moving around and shooting stuff.
Right.
Whereas Overwatch, you know, half the characters are, like, doing completely different things, and it's sort of a little harder to parse.
Right
off the bat, yeah.
There's, like, a lot of magic spells happening on screen, and it's like... You run into the MOBA problem, which is, like, in MOBAs, it's so much of... When I was covering Dota esports for a long time there, one of the biggest problems that we had with, like, trying to explain to people why something was impressive is like, well, you have to basically tell somebody that the reason this is impressive is because this purple sphere here pulls people in slowly every 2 seconds for 5 seconds. And because they were being pulled in at the time, they got pulled out of this big explosion that would have hit them normally, but they couldn't control that. So it's just like an amazing coincidence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the hard thing about anything niche like that, is like explaining why it's an accomplishment to anyone who like doesn't, because like, you know, to anyone who doesn't know like what these games play like, it's just like, okay, well, it just looks like you're playing a video game. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Woodrose says, I can't speak to Overwatch, but the little CSGO esports I've shown utilize the game's built-in spectator mode fairly well.
Yeah.
Oh, you're flying your little ship?
Flying my little guy.
Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is there still like a human government at this point, or is it all just like... Is it like the world is at war?
No, it's a what you call it?
Or like you're like a resistance movement.
We're a resistance movement. It's a, what's that game? I suddenly can't remember the name of, super famous game. Oh, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2?
That's the one. Where it's like the human governments are working for the aliens now. Like they've completely sympathizers and collaborators.
Right.
And you're like the last group that knows the truth.
What's the truth?
The truth is that that humans en masse are disappearing on the planet. And nobody's talking about it.
Because they're grinding them up for food.
Unclear. There is a whole thing in this game about what. So the like human alien coalition, the combine of this game is called Advent. And there's a whole like running gag in the background about like characters talking about like Advent burgers and talking about how like
right,
we're pretty sure cows are extinct now, and they keep making these burgers and nobody says what the burgers are made of.
Where's the bird from? Where did the bird come from?
Where did the bird come from?
Advent burgers. Advent. They're trying to create something called Advent children.
Oh, okay. I don't like to dilly-dally, shilly-shally with that sort of thing, though.
Yeah. Did you ever play Body Harvest for the Nintendo 64?
No!
Why is that funny?
The name Body Harvest as an N64 game is just so wild to me. I've never heard of this in my life.
It was, I think it was made by the company that like became Rockstar. Maybe, yeah, it was made by DMA Design.
Okay.
So that became Rockstar North.
Oh, so it's like the GTA Rockstar.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was an open world game. You were like a guy who has to fight all these aliens that are like showing up to eat people. And but the aliens can time travel.
Oh.
Or wait, no, you can time travel. The aliens can't time travel.
Okay.
But you go to different, or maybe they can as well. I don't fucking know. And so you have to fight them in like different parts of the world in different times.
Okay.
And with like a whole bunch of weird weapons and like vehicles and stuff. It was very weird.
It sounds weird.
It was cool. It was like really interesting. Yeah, DMA made a bunch of weird stuff around that time. Like they made Space Station Silicon Valley as well.
Oh, okay.
Lemmings, as Blackjack Attack points out. Lemmings. Were you ever into Lemmings?
I tried to be. I think I played it on the PSP when they put out a PSP version of it. And I was like, what's up with this Lemmings thing? I've heard of this game. It's like a classic game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I played it on PC a bunch, but it's like, yeah, it's fine.
It was
it's not really my thing.
I think my problem with Lemmings at the time was very much that It was so slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the concept is kind of interesting there of, like, these little guys running around and you have to, like, solve puzzles and shepherd them around. Like, I didn't have any problem with that, but it was just, like, having to sit there and, like, wait for them to, like, kind of amble along was really tough for me.
Yeah, totally.
Now, Oddworld,
like,
that's a
speed
Lemmings
up.
like.
Oh. Is it?
A little bit. There's some Lemmings-esque business going on in there.
Hmm.
Hi, Ramba. Hello, baby. Yeah, let's launch this mission. Oddworld, you know, because you're like, you're collecting large groups of guys who are like following you around and they die en masse. If you don't solve the puzzles correctly.
Lemming is in that game strata of computer games as that skiing game, Ski Free, and Chip's Quest. Wow.
Yeah, Chip's Challenge.
Chip's Challenge, yeah. But also, Wario Touch says that, that combined Chip's Challenge and Chex Quest, which is a game I would love very much to play. A combination of those two, yeah. Chex Quest is good. It's like unbelievable that game is like. Oh wait, are we gonna see this cat? Yes.
Hello. Hello. You being a bad boy? Yeah, you're gonna go on my shoulders now. He loves being on my shoulders. When he was a kitten, he used to be able to fall asleep up there, and I would just be working at my desk, and he would just fall asleep on my shoulders.
That's so cute. Oh my god, he's just vibing. Mona does not vibe like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's not like a shoulder or like a lap cat, really. She's more of just like a be in the same room and look at you kind of cat.
That's fun too, though. That's like a good vibe.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, that's valid.
You are shedding like a motherfucker. No wonder, though. It's supposed to be 102 degrees here this week. One in there?
Wow. That's a lot.
I know. 102 degrees in Fargo. It's just like, I can't deal with it. And it's so humid in here. I'm still sweating. I'm still wet over here. Oh, well.
What happened?
I made one move and it instantly revealed my characters out of stealth.
Shit.
Just like stood right in front of a fucking big automated turret that's like, what? What's up? Oh, and they're introducing Andromedans for the first time. Okay. I gotta be careful here. Jesus.
Now, what are those?
So these, I don't know if I've actually officially, like, I could see them because XCOM is a little bit hinky sometimes with, like, how it reveals stuff on screen. But I was able to see one. There's, like, they're these guys who are, they're, like, little guys. They're, like, little alien men who live inside of big mech suits, like pressure suits, because they're from a planet where the gas pressure is much higher. And they shoot grenades at you made of acid.
That seems bad.
That part is bad. On top of that, when you kill them, you don't kill the suit. You kill the little guy who's piloting the suit. And when you do that, their suit comes back to life and like gets an automated AI pilot, like a backup AI that just pilots the suit even though its pilot is dead. And oh my god, I need to pay more attention to what I'm doing here. Because it pilots the guy because it's still moving, it gets a bunch of health back, and then let's see, runs at you from great distances, leaving a trail of more acid on the ground.
Too much acid.
Too much acid. And acid melts your armor and does damage over time.
Don't let that.
Yeah, Oishi says, "Hey, the worst enemy." Yeah. Okay, we took care of that turret, and nobody else has revealed themselves yet, so I think we're actually in okay shape here. This person here will... They stay in cover even if the rest of the team reveals itself, so they're actually fine to go move around. Put them in there. So we... Yeah, okay, we don't actually... We're not on a time limit here, so we can actually kind of vibe and let them come to us and walk into an Overwatch trap for now, which would be great. So that's the Andromedan walking there, next to this floating fucking Advent Purifier. Well, good try. A for effort, pray tell.
This thing looks ready to smash something.
Is that an environment suit? Maybe something that can't handle our atmosphere?
Those emissions could be toxic.
So I think because every time an enemy discovers you for the first time, an enemy patrol, they all immediately get a free action to move into cover. But that also means that they trigger any Overwatch shots instantaneously, which is often a nice thing. Oh, the other thing about Andromedans is that at first they have just a truckload of armor, which mitigates any damage that they normally would take.
Mm-hmm.
But now I can maybe hopefully actually use this fucking amazing ability here, which is Mimic Beacon. It's like a little grenade that draws aggro for me. I fucking love it. Shred some of that armor. And I think run back to cover, honestly. But keep people separate because he's gonna throw a goddamn acid grenade at me here soon. Do I have? Does this one have shred? Hollow targeting. Shit. Fear of mechs. Okay.
Did anyone play Blast Core on N64? Yeah, I did. That was also good. Did you ever play that one?
I don't think so. I never had an N64.
Oh, right. Yeah. Blast Core is about there's like a nuclear bomb on a train or like on a truck that is just like driving through America, and if it like hits anything, it will go off. And so your job is to demolish everything in its path, with various different kinds of like destruction vehicles. So like there's like a bulldozer. There's like this dump truck that like sideswipes things. There's a giant mech suit that just basically does like butt stomps onto buildings.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a whole it's a wild game.
That sounds like something I would have really enjoyed when I was that age, because I also like loved Twisted Metal.
Yeah. It's like a little different because it's more of like a top-down view, I think. Like
okay.
A vertical. But
that's more of a cerebral experience than Twisted Metal.
That's more cerebral. I like Twisted Metal too. Did you play Vigilante 8?
I did not. I know what you're talking about, but I've never played it.
It was just like a Twisted Metal ripoff, I think.
Okay.
But I think it was on the 64 and Twisted Metal was not.
So Vigilante 8 is a game that I saw in the rental store all the time, but I never paid much attention to it because I was always like, well, I don't want to play the 8th game in a series.
Yeah.
I'd always like, I was always thrown off by that.
Yeah. No, it's a weird title.
Can I get a claymore in this business? Yes. Can I hit both of you? Yes.
Soon our prey will fall.
Okay. What's this sniper got? This sniper got Deadeye. Ooh, low hit chance. Oh, okay. Let's go up here.
Wario Tush had Vigilante 8 for Game Boy Color, which had a massive rumble pack attached to the cartridge.
What?
That's incredible. I remember when... Yeah, I guess GBA games did that, too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there were Game Boy Color games that did.
Huh.
It's like, yeah, you really want, like, the whole screen and everything to be rumbling out of your fucking hands, huh?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah, that's probably a bad experience, but probably when you're a kid, it's, like, the coolest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah. I remember Metroid Prime Pinball came with a cartridge that went in the GBA slot of the DS and was just a rumble pack.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, but then obviously, so you couldn't use it on a DSi or anything later because they got rid of the GBA port.
Right, yeah. I remember always hearing that Guitar Hero game that they put out on DS.
On DS, yeah, because it used the port. It used that as well.
Yeah.
Right. With like a little 4-button. It looked really awkward, but I don't know. It's kind of cool.
I remember people saying it was really cool. I remember people really liking it.
Yeah.
Get that priest. 60% chance is better than half. Yeah.
And there were all those like Game Boy games that used like early like tilt sensors. So like Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
Right. Yeah.
WarioWare Twisted, which is my favorite WarioWare game, I think. It's funny like how basic those kinds of movements are now with things like iPhones, but like it was so cool the very first time.
Right.
Like, whoa, I'm playing this game by like spinning my Game Boy Advance around.
I had a Game Boy Advance, the original Game Boy Advance at the time, that I only ever had one game for, which was like Dragon Ball Z, like Goku's Journey or something.
Oh wow.
And just fell off of that console so hard, but then later on, really regretted it. I gave it to my girlfriend at the time, my high school girlfriend's little brother.
Mm-hmm.
And just gave him all of my games and stuff like that, like from like the Game Boy Color and stuff like that. And then it's like to this day, I always think to myself like, oh, why did I do that? Why did I give away like my copy of Pokemon Red and Blue and all that stuff? It's not like it's hard to find or get like ROMs of that stuff. I mean, at this point, I've got that sick ass GBA that I have that has like everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
But that kid probably, whose names I can't even not remember at this point, he probably got more joy out of that thing than I ever would have at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Ramba is now sleeping on the floor in the corner of my room next to my desk.
Oh.
That's one of his new spots. Usually he likes to be high up, but lately he's just been sleeping on the floor.
Yeah, Mona's got it. Mona's like added some new spots to her rotation. Like on a pile of clothes in one of my roommates' rooms is like a new popular spot.
Oh my god, yeah.
The chair, the reading chair in my room, that's a pretty good one.
Cat in a clothes pile is classic.
Cat in a clothes pile, yes. It's like, especially if it's like clean clothes, it's just like, oh, this smells different. I gotta stink it all up with my cat stink. Gotta get my hair all over it. Oh, you washed some clothes. Oh, cute. Gotta get some hair all over it.
We just had our new washer and dryer installed the other day. And it's like Ramba's fascinated by it. Ramba can't get enough of that shit. Like sitting on top of it, being on top of all the clothes, sitting next to it while it's making new noises.
Taking control.
Hell yeah.
Got it.
Oh yeah, there's this Marvel XCOM rumor.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I guess it's fairly confirmed at this point. Like, it's not confirmed by the actual developers, but it's like basically everybody who's in the know on those sorts of things is saying that, yep, that seems like it's real. Which that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's a way, like, being able to just, like, move your little action figures around is such a better fit for what Disney wants to do with Marvel characters than, like, a world where you can't control, or you can't, like, make your own guy and all that stuff. And you could get so wild with, like, you know, these games have, like, character abilities and stuff. You could get so wild with one of those and, like, Monica Rambeau phases into nothingness and turns into light and teleports to the other side of the field or whatever. Iron Man.
Yeah, there's, like, a lot
stuff.
of ways you could do it.
As ordered.
There's a lot of potential.
I will shelter here.
Moving.
Hopefully it's good. Was that rumor that literally Firaxis, the people who made this game, are working on that? I thought I saw that, but...
I haven't seen it, so I'm not sure.
Again, I'm not timed for this mission, so I should take this as slow as I want to. Ooh, Superior. Hair Trigger. Superior is the highest level of weapon mod in this game, so that's pretty good.
Rock and roll.
Panther Anka says, just let me have Thor and Storm on a team and call lightning down on the entire map. This is all I want out of any game, lightning everywhere. Can I interest you in Final Fantasy 13?
Heading there now. Got it covered.
Moving out.
The rumor is Firaxis is working on it. That's wild.
Yeah, that's pretty
I see
pretty cray-cray.
Heading out.
What if it's Marvel, but you're just playing as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm on it.
Oh, that would be funny.
There was, in college, I played one of those like shitty free Facebook games for a long time that was Marvel themed. And that was the idea there, is like your player character was a custom-made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. who was just like best friends with Iron Man and everybody.
See, that's like, I feel like what people want.
Yeah, totally. You
Like,
should
I don't
us
know.
make our own guy.
Let's let people make their own guy and like be best friends with like Thor and stuff. Like,
This is Avenger. We have
I don't know.
confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire.
Oh, Mama J asks, which Final Fantasy is your favorite?
wow, that is not a question for me because
Double time.
I have never finished a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, really?
And I've barely played any of them. Yeah, I've thought about it at various times. I'm actually playing Dragon Quest right now.
Right.
Which, God, wow, this game, the encounters are so numerous. It's just like people liked this, huh? People like fucking lost their minds over this shit.
Changed Japanese law over that stuff.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's obviously I'm judging it from a very different place.
Right. Standards are very different now than they were.
Yeah. But it's just like, wow, I have to be doing something else while I'm playing this game because it's just like 80% of this game is walk back and forth on the world map and hit skeletons and slimes until you level up.
Right. That gets better as the series progresses because it's just like all of those old JRPG series are so different, but yeah.
Yeah. And I just keep getting lost in these dungeons and attacked every like 20 seconds and
Status confirmed.
well, spinning in mind, the Dragon Warrior was, if that's the one you played, I think that is not. Oh, that guy looks cool. What's that guy's deal?
The green guy?
The like weird, like all dark, like sleek robot person. Yeah, is that an alien?
Yeah, that's an alien. That's a Spectre. They're new to this expansion.
Oh.
So they're new to this expansion from 2017. They suck.
Okay.
Their whole deal is that they run up on your guys at melee range and then knock your guy out and then turn them into a shadow clone of themselves that attacks you. And then they run away really fast.
That's kind of like rude behavior, I would say.
That's very rude behavior. They're sort of
Yeah.
rude dudes with attitude.
So, yeah, I've never really played a Final Fantasy game. I mean, I played a little bit of 14.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But kind of want to play 6. Because that's the one that I know a lot of people really love.
Sure.
Have you played it?
A little bit. I've never beaten it.
Okay.
I played enough to know Magitech. I suplexed a train. All that good stuff, you know? I know Terra is the main character. She's cool.
Sarah's there. Sarah's is there. Kefka, all my friends.
Kefka.
They're
Ran
all
into
there.
Kefka. Yeah.
Fucking murder clown guy. The guy in Hunter x Hunter is like definitely like based on him, right?
It's gotta be like Hirohoshi.
Like looks pretty similar.
Togashi, the author of Hunter x Hunter, is like way into video games. Like he's actually like a big video game fan. There's a whole arc of Hunter x Hunter, probably past where you were, that is just like they go to a video game world.
Oh, okay, cool.
That may or may not be like a real world that just like runs by video game rules, and they start having to like basically collect Magic the Gathering cards. And if they don't, they'll be fucking killed.
Wow.
There's like a card where every time you roll it, there's like a 9 out of 10 chance that you'll get something good. But every time something good happens, it accumulates the bad luck of every person who didn't get a bad luck previously. So there's these guys who basically go around in that arc, basically forcing other people to roll this like magic die. I think it's a card that creates a magic die, and so the longer it goes without like resetting the bad luck, it could be like, oh, you roll the dice and like a rock falls and hits you and bonks you on the head, and it hurts, but you're fine. But then like if it goes 10 times in a row without anybody like getting bad luck, you just fucking explode. A meteor hits you. So there are these guys who go around like in that arc, like kidnapping people and forcing them to roll the dice for them, and just like these camps of like of people being forced to roll the lucky dice over and over.
We got an emote only chat in the commands. Although someone Kex 4556 just showed up and said, I'm new here, saw XCOM 2 on the side, clicked. What are we doing here? Any mods? Themes?
No mods. We had some themes early on. It's Iron Man. It's an Iron Man run.
How far would you say you are into the run or the game?
War of the Chosen is really long, if I'm not mistaken. I've never beaten War of the Chosen before, but you can kind of... It depends, too, if do you want to go and hunt all of the Chosen down. Where am I at? So I'm building a Shadow Chamber right now.
I'm going to turn emote-only chat on. That someone requested. I think I'm a mod.
Should be. No mods, no kings.
Emotes-only chat.
Sorry to do that to you immediately. Kex. Yeah, we're doing an Iron Man run. I've never beaten XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. I've beaten XCOM 2 base game, and I've never beaten the game on Iron Man. So I'm doing that.
I just got an item in Dragon Quest called the Lyre of Ire.
Yeah!
Is that in later ones?
I think so. I think there's at least one other game, or maybe it might be in Dragon Quest Builders.
Okay.
Because Dragon Quest Builders is a sequel to the bad ending of that game.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of XCOM 2.
This Donkey Kong emote. That's powerful.
Oh, that's so good.
Whoa, the sword.
Holy
shit. Orcs. Damn, these are some good ones.
People
I don't
got
have
good
that
ones.
many, because I only sub to... What is Hyperscape emotes?
Hyperscape is that
Celebrate-
Ubisoft Battle Royale game.
Cheese. Hyper cheese.
Hyper cheese.
Celebrate K-pop. Okay, K-pop love.
If Elby or Natalie was here, they would be very excited.
Wait, fan bits? They should be called fan bucks.
Fan Bucks is good.
Well, what are these? This is Pokemon. I'm making Pokemon now. I don't know where these come from. I thought you just had the global ones, but I guess maybe these are like recurring or like occasional. And then I have Emil doing poggers from that
From Nier?
franchise. From Nier. Emil from Nier. I'm gonna turn it off. We're back. You can use words again.
You are given that right.
They should each have concealed positions to work with.
Go 2 hours, 17 minutes. What if we got... rescued one of our soldiers who's been captured for about 20 in-game hours.
Mm.
What if we rescue one of them, and then what if we call it for that one? I know it's a shorter stream than Sunday, but...
well, I don't think anyone was expecting a 6-hour stream this time.
Yeah,
but...
you don't think? You think?
God, I kind of want to... I've played really just, like, a lot of weird, like, JRPGs. I think I tried to play Final Fantasy III on the DS, and I bounced off of it because of how grindy it was.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try Final Fantasy VI sometime soon.
You gonna play the, like, ugly version, or are you gonna try and find
I
the
don't
DS?
know. I mean, I could just... If I played 6, I could... what I would probably do is just play the ROM.
Okay.
And see if there was, like, a translation patch that people recommended using over that one, or over the existing one. But, yeah, I don't know. This Dragon Quest even is just like, why did they mix pixel resolutions? I just don't understand.
It's so strange.
It's
so
so
weird.
ugly. It's just like, I just hate it.
Thanks to our friends in the Resistance, we have a fix on
I never answered actually what my favorite Final Fantasy game is. I've not played a ton of them. But 14 is probably my favorite. If we're just like taking any Final Fantasy game, if we want specifically single player, 12, I think.
We have the advantage of stealth here, so we should try to get in and out as quiet.
Which I know is not like
I do not know what like half of them are. Just because it's never been like a big series for me, but
right.
I'm just like, this is the one with Kafka. 7, obviously, I know a lot about. Right. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9, 10, I feel like I could name some of the characters and stuff and tell you who they were. And then 11 and onward, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, 11 was the first online one, right?
Yeah, that was the first MMO.
10-4.
9 is actually probably, like, 12 is, like, up there. 12 is such a non-conventional answer. I know a lot of people don't love 12. Our own Natalie Flores of fanbyte.com hates 12 with a passion. I love 12. But if, like, we're talking, like, classic, traditional, active turn-based, active time battle combat, 9 is absolutely my favorite.
I remember my friend getting 9, because I had one friend who had a PlayStation when I was a kid, and I remember seeing 9 and being like, wow, this looks totally different. Like, why did they... Is this supposed... Because I had also seen 8, because he also had 8. I was like, this looks totally different. Why does this boy have a monkey tail? Is he a Saiyan from the Dragon Ball show that I like?
Oh, Merritt. There's an answer to that question.
The answer is no, I presume.
Well, there's an answer to why he has a monkey tail.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the big metal man.
Steiner.
And there's Freya.
Freya's dope. I love Freya. She was my favorite character growing up.
Freya's swag.
She's like a cool rat lady with a
She's
spear.
a dragoon.
She's a dragoon, yeah.
You know where that name comes from?
It's like a British soldier, right?
Yeah. It's like a mistranslation, kind of.
Oh.
Like, I'm pretty sure it was called Lancer or something. Let me just find this. I think it was like Dragoon was like it was supposed to be like Dragon Rider or something.
Okay. So because it sounds like dragon?
Something like that, yeah. But I can't find. Oh, Dragoon etymology. Okay, it came about because of character limits, because they were supposed to be called Dragon Knights. But you couldn't fit Dragon Knight into the field.
Position confirmed.
And dragoons, the actual dragoons are mounted infantry.
Yeah.
So they didn't use pole arms or anything. They had guns. So yeah, so many of those early games, the translations I feel like were so kind of impacted by the fact that they were written in Japanese and like the amount of characters that you need to express the same words is like many more if you're translating it, if you're romanizing it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even like, you know, kanji especially, you know, that's like a whole word, but like even what do you call them?
Like kana?
Yeah, I feel like even those, it's gonna at least usually double the amount of letters because they're all like sounds,
Yeah.
right?
They're all phonemes or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonchorn brings up one of the classics, which is Spoony Bard, is one of like the classic.
Yeah, but that was that one guy, right? Like Wooly or something. Like I think his name is Wooly. He did like a lot of those.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's beyond my sort of era of knowledge.
We'll see. That was FF6. Okay. Hello.
That was FF6. Okay.
Hi.
John.
Hi, John.
Go away. I just went to the Fayetteville, Arkansas airport for the first time. And boy.
Are your arms tired?
Your arms tired.
It's real small. My arms are tired and it's very small.
Huh.
Yeah, one terminal.
One terminal. Interesting.
One little terminal. Yeah.
We even have two here in Fargo. 2 terminals.
Wow.
It's also like 100 degrees in Fargo this week, Steven.
102, apparently, later on.
Fucked up.
It's 90-something today.
That is stupid.
Yeah, high of 95 today, which is why I'm sweating like an animal over here.
That's strange.
Yeah, I hate it. Because I'm looking at like Texas and LA, and it's not even close.
No, it's not.
John, have you played Dragon Quest, the original Dragon Quest?
Not the original, no.
Okay, can I read both of you some text that is on the screen right now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, please.
So I just approached a character and interacted with her, and she said, "Lo, thou art fair indeed. Wilt thou sample the sensual puff puff for a mere 20 coins?"
Yes, the puff puff.
Wilt thou?
The good old puff puff.
Wilt thou?
Don't you want
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? I'm gonna say yes.
Puff puff discreetly.
Okay, I said yes, and then she said tee hee hee. Then let the ritual begin. Puff puff, puff puff, puff 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 puff, puff puff puff, puff puff puff. Well, art thou not alive with pleasure? Puff puff, puff puff, puff puff puff, puff. Tee hee hee. Alas, the ritual is ended. Thy custom is e'er appreciated, noble sir. Pray visit us as often as the mood taketh thee. Hey, what just happened?
You got the puff puff.
It sounds like you went to an opium den.
Hey, what just happened? Is that... What happened in this children's video game for children? I think they took that out in Dragon Warrior.
I halfway expected them to be like, game over, you did drugs.
You did drugs.
Oh, it's not a drug metaphor.
I don't think it's a drug thing. I think they call it puff puff massage in another game or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Puff puff is a sex metaphor.
Old name says you just got a pee blowjob.
Right. Okay.
That is in multiple Dragon Quests. That is in many Dragon Quest games.
Wow.
That's
11 for
That's not in 11, I don't think.
It is definitely an 11, John.
It is?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not gotten there then.
It's a side thing.
Yeah,
usually.
John.
Oh, I'm making a bad mistake.
PG blowjob.
It's even in like a dragon. Huh.
Wow. How's the XCOM coming?
Oh, it was going okay, John, and now I just made a fucking stupid error. I just puffed myself over here, you know?
Hi, Jay.
Understood. Moving out.
Can I close that door? No! Don't give more! It's also
It was like me playing Resident Evil 7, desperately trying to close every door behind me.
This is way harder than the... Stop it!
Yeah, like, you paid for this game?
I paid for a game!
They shouldn't be able to just shoot you.
No!
Was the original direct, like, is this how it was? Was it all thou arts and thy quests, etc.? Is that how they are now? Is that like how 11 is?
No, not really.
No, not really. I mean, there is. I will say there's more of that than there is in like Final Fantasy for the most part, but like they don't really do that anymore. No.
I'm trading the Lyre of Ire for the Staff of Rain.
Okay.
It seems
the original
like a good
Dragon Warrior games for NES had a lot of fake Elizabethan English. Okay. So yeah, I'm playing the one on Switch, which is like a weird... It's like a mobile port, but...
Oh, do they do the bad up-res
stuff?
God, that's
where
so
like
bad.
the original, like the background, like the terrain is like normal, but then like all the sprites are like a little like twice the resolution, but that's it.
Right.
But then also all the monster art in the battles is just like hand-drawn, like high-res stuff. And like honestly, I've kind of gotten used to it. It's like not that bad, but it is just like...
It is strange.
Why did you do this?
Right.
Yeah, they really fucked all of their ports in like the 2010s, I feel like.
They've noticed something is up. We haven't lost the advantage yet, though. Try to avoid engaging their forces if possible.
Dragon Quest now is highly Cockney slang. Huh.
Yeah, starting with 8, they started to lean a lot more into that. 11 is like a lot of different things. 11, like one of your first party members you get in 11 is like, sounds like he's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I gotta play 11.
11's good.
I mean, I gotta finish 1, I guess, but...
You don't gotta if you don't want to.
I don't gotta.
You know,
I already kind of know the general, like, I know they're not like all like related, but there's like 2 trilogies, and then 11 like kind of like links them sort of, or some weird shit like that. And all that stuff is basically just for nerds, though. Like you can just play them individually.
Wow.
Right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 are technically a trilogy, but like 4, 5, and 6, the trilogy
1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6 are.
Yeah. But the trilogy element there is like thematic. It's not really even like story.
Right, yeah.
Incoming, over here.
And then 7 and 8 are completely separate, and then 9 is like a weird outlier game almost. Where 9, yeah, that's the DS
like
one.
Nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it's barely has a
9's
story.
the only one I've played. 9 is one of the Dragon Quest 9 is one of the very few JRPGs I've ever actually finished.
Huh?
Wow.
Because it came out on the DS, and I saw that Seth Green commercial, and I was like, yeah.
I forgot about that.
I gotta play it.
How could you forget?
I mean, Kim Control basically sold me on Super Mario 3D Land, so.
Oh my god, right? Hey, it's really fucked up that they're remaking Sex in the City without her.
Without her?
Wait,
yeah.
I didn't know that they were even remaking Sex in the City for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a, what are they doing now?
Oh.
What are they doing? But it's going to be without Samantha. They're really, really, really overestimating how interested people are in everyone else. Like, really. Like,
except maybe with the exception of, like, Cynthia Nixon or something.
Yeah, I think that's about it. But because, I don't think any... I guess have you seen all of Sex in the City? I don't know if I knew this about you.
A little bit.
My wife spent about 2 months watching the entire series, and I usually get that splash damage pretty hard.
Sure. Yeah. I got some of that off of my roommate, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I consumed a lot more of that show last year than I ever thought I would. But yeah, like after I heard that news, I was like, wow, y'all really don't understand. I don't think you understand the audience for the show now. Like maybe at the time people were like, yeah, I love my 4 best friends. What are their names? Quattro, Maria,
Quattro Cinco Seis, yeah.
And
Hero,
Leslie, yeah.
Trades,
yeah.
Troa Barton.
Leslie Knope is
Hero,
one of them, I think.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think in 2021, I think pretty much everyone cares about Samantha, and that's probably about it. I don't know. Anyway. Somehow worse than the show. Blackjack Attack, they are like exponentially worse than the show. It is unfathomable how much worse those movies are than the show.
Yeah, the show is like pretty funny sometimes.
Show is pretty funny. It is not. It's like Friends. I don't think it's aged particularly well, but
yeah,
it's I don't know. It's
really funny to me that like it. Thinking about that show now, it's so funny to think that, like what her lifestyle is like and what her job is.
Yeah.
Right.
Do
you think that's where all the chuds online get this idea that journalists make a ton of money is from Sex and the City? Because
yeah, they all fucking loved Sex and the City, John. All those guys, crazy about it. They're all Manolo heads. They just fucking that was her shoe.
I don't know about Sex and the City. I didn't have HBO.
Yeah, we didn't either. So I think I only saw bits of it later. But yeah, I don't know. It's I feel like there were a lot of shows like this in the 90s where they're like journalists live like these great lives in New York, and like they live in these fancy apartments and shit. And I guess that is more true than it used to be more true to some extent, but like still it was never like that.
No, I don't think so.
Let's move already.
No, I don't think so.
So this is going pretty much as bad for me as it mathematically could.
Fuck.
Easy now,
No, I brought you terrible luck the second I got on.
No, I made a just boneheaded early mistake there that would like also like I was kind of set up to fail because this mission like set up patrols right into where I need to go in a way that like basically made it impossible not to fuck up, and then I made a very bad mistake on top of that. I played too fast and loose.
So it kind of set up us the bomb, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I referenced that today talking to Funke.
You did? And Funke didn't get it at all, right?
No, Funke did after a minute. They were like, "Oh yeah, all your base," because we were talking about just like memes and like, like the memes and stuff that they have like nostalgia for are all ones that like came out in my like early 20s.
Right.
And so like I don't have the same context for them. It was a really interesting conversation, and it'll be on the K-Hole.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
Oh, you interviewed Funke for K-Hole?
Yeah. It was really great. They're really cool person. But that isn't next week. Next week is my friend Moses, who is from the band Deer Hunter.
Oh wow!
I have never listened to, but
that's amazing.
Listen, I just met Moses like last year, and we've just hung out a bunch. But like, I've never listened to his band or anything.
There are some incredibly wiry, skunky beer drinking hipster dudes I went to grad school with who are absolutely going to lose their mind with that episode. So
cool.
I will definitely tell them about it. That was a big band for a few folks in our age range, I would say.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then I think we're gonna have Wang on next month, Justin Wang.
Oh, nice. That's
yeah.
Really, that's yeah, good show is
really good show.
Oh, come on.
Steven, no.
Are you just getting destroyed?
They're just like every time that I'm about to. Oh, what the fuck! This is over. This is over.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Over. No,
That's a big gun.
We haven't had a loss in a little bit here, so it's not like this is.
Wait, but so if you lose any mission, is that it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You just like lose those people.
You lose those
It doesn't
people.
like delete your save.
No, I'm playing on Iron Man.
It does if you lose all your guys or whatever.
Yeah, there is a fail. There are multiple fail states in this game, and I've got it on Iron Man, so I'm not allowed to reload old saves.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So basically, this is all going to come. This move right here is going to come down to basically. Well, never mind. It's not going to come down to anything. I didn't even get that far.
Oh no.
F.
Oh no.
Funke is definitely a zoomer, Gonchorn.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
No,
yes,
like 100%.
So that's I don't know how that handles. So that was a rescue mission where it was trying to rescue like an old character of mine, like a dope character. I don't know if that kills the character that I was trying to rescue or just the like guys I sent to rescue her.
I guess you're gonna find out.
I guess it will probably tell me right here. That was the first real loss I'd had in a little bit, and that was like. That's a hard loss because I lost 3 guys, but they were all not super strong.
Okay.
We'll do everything we can.
Is that like kind of a mechanic of this series? Is kind of like, okay, I want to go into this mission. It seems hard. You like, you don't put your most potent folks in because you're afraid you might lose them. Is that kind of a thing that you maintain like awareness of, or? I don't know.
No, it is to a certain extent because there is an element of it where it's like you want to be mixing in some goobers into your squads because they level up over time. So you want to make sure that you're like leveling up some small units. The other reason I didn't send in my best guys onto that mission is because that is specifically a mission where you don't want to do any fighting, which is kind of what I was doing for most of that fight. Was for that thing is like trying to fight you.
So that's sort of where you went wrong.
So it's kind of like when I put in my deep bench in Blitzball, like I gotta really level my deep bench up in Blitzball, I want a well-rounded team.
In Blitzball.
In Blitzball,
yeah. So
we were just talking about Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, I kind of saw that in chat, so I was like, oh, I should probably get in on this.
Hey, if I were going to play a Final Fantasy game, which one would you say I should play?
Do you care about like graphics or anything?
No.
Okay.
Because my sense right now is either 9 or 6.
I'm real biased toward 9.
Sure. Yeah.
6 is great.
Although I'm impressed with the strides we've made in infiltrating the alien psionic network, the depths of their technological.
They both kind of occupy a similar space in that, like, they both spread the kind of the protagonist energy across multiple people, which I really like.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 is like very, as Blackjack Attack kind of alludes to, 5 is very combat and like mechanics heavy, but not both very little story.
Yeah,
I feel like that's true of like 3 as well. I don't like.
Yeah.
When I tried playing 3, it's just like you just have like 4 guys who are just like the Warriors of Light or whatever. Or that's 1 maybe, but 3 felt similar.
3 was like that too.
5 is in a very similar vein. I think 5 has like more mechanical variation.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 is cool, but I don't know. You can't really go wrong with 6 or 9. I think like I have such an intense nostalgia for the PS1 era games that it's really hard to recommend not starting with 9.
Sure, yeah. And are the Switch versions of those good, or like the Steam versions?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I guess the Steam and Switch versions are identical at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're fine.
Cool.
I would say the
Commander, we've had the shadow
I don't know. This is definitely up to the user. I think like the ability to speed things up with those extra things, the little boosts and stuff. Like I think that's really cool. Actually,
Yeah.
that can definitely save some time. That was if you're going to play 8, I cannot imagine playing the old version of 8 and not
With
the
loading and
new version
everything.
of 8. Yeah, like the pulling magic out of folks without the fast stuff is like I can't imagine going back to the original with that.
It's bizarre.
It's super bizarre. It's such a grind. That part of 8. But 9 is just like so kind of easy breezy, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's an easy game. There are definitely challenging aspects like building a team and tackling certain enemies, but like I don't know. 9 is just like oozing with charm. So it's tough for me not to recommend it.
Merritt, I'm gonna run one more mission. If you want, I know you've been on for a while with me, so if you wanted to run, you certainly can. I just wanted to let you know because
I'm gonna vibe.
Okay, cool.
I'm just killing skeleton scrappers.
Hell yeah.
Just need that money,
Oh yeah.
Gotta get the money to buy the shield.
Ooh.
I am updating Final Fantasy 14 right now.
I see. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm also buying these like pervert racing games that Paul's been recommending to me, which is great. I'm so excited to like fire these up. These like weird Italian named racing games that are simulations that I've never ever heard of.
Assetto Corsa.
Assetto Corsa. This morning, Paul was like, "Hey, just so you know, Assetto Corsa is $4 right now," and I was like, "Okay." And later, I was like, "Paul, I didn't get Assetto Corsa," and I like waited like 10 minutes, and I was like, "I got Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition with all the DLC," and he was like, "Yeah, let's go." So. A game I also, now that I've repaired my personal computer, my GPU works finally again. I played the new class in Risk of Rain 2 the other day.
Oh, what is it?
It's like a shotgun cowboy.
Oh, okay.
And he does critical
song.
Damage from behind.
That's interesting because that's
cowboy, baby.
So he's got this like cool move where he can like stun folks within a radius, and then you can kind of move behind them and hit them with the crits. That's a good game. I like that game a lot.
Yeah, I haven't played it much lately. Have you kind of continued on with that?
Yeah, I mean,
I guess you haven't had a computer. Yeah,
I haven't had a computer, but yeah, like I was like, well, let me see how my GPU's doing, and I just fired that up super fast. And I was like, oh gosh, I could really do this for longer than would be responsible. So that's kind of, yeah, that's the game that like Merritt. Sometimes you'll talk about like kind of roguelite experiences that are like this should be illegal. How it does things to my brain. That's a game that kind of does that to me a little bit.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
I feel like I don't know if that. Well, I've never really played it on my own, so I guess it's kind of different. But like, do you like unlock stuff as you go on besides characters and stuff, or
mostly just characters in Risk of Rain?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like characters and stuff.
I think real time things like that don't do it for me because it's mostly turn based stuff for me that is like I gotta stop. Otherwise I will forever. Sorry, Slay the Spire.
Would XCOM be in that category for you, or is this game so different
Possibly.
from that?
Possibly. I've played like a few tactical games. Like I played I played all of the new age or new school Fire Emblems.
Right, yeah.
And I played Mario and Rabbids. Yeah, turn-based stuff in general can be kind of like that for me. It's like with Civ 6 when it was free on Epic. I was like, Well, I streamed it for a while, then I was like, I gotta stop, because I remember how I used to play Civ when I was a kid, and I can't do that now.
Civ is real bad for that, because Civ is, like, so breezy, too. Like, XCOM, it's like, you can get into real ruts where it's like, I lost everybody, or I'm about to lose this map, now I have to reload a save, or I'm fucked, and that can be a clean breaking point in a lot of ways, but like Civ, it's just like, yeah, man, we're just vibing over here. Oh, you want to make, like, agriculture? We're gonna invent aqueducts? Oh, hell yeah, okay. That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Heading there now.
Yeah, it's just like there's always something else to do.
I've been playing, so I bought, because I couldn't stop playing XCOM, so to continue this that story, I guess. I couldn't stop playing XCOM, but I only wanted to play it on this stream, so I bought the PlayStation 4 version to determine if it ran okay on PlayStation 5, because the console versions kind of historically have run like shit of XCOM 2. It runs great on PS5, but at the same time, I was like, well, what if I want to play a completely different game but want to get that same vibe? So I bought a game called Age of Wonders Planetfall. Which is Civilization. It's basically just plays like Civ 6 in terms of, like, overworld type stuff. But when you go into combat, instead of being, like, just, like, two cavemen bonking each other, or two cavemen bonking a tank, depending on how you spec, it goes into XCOM-style tactical combat like this.
Oh, wow.
And that's nasty. That one's tough.
Oof.
Because nasty in the sense of just like, boy, there's so much to do here, huh? This isn't just going to keep me going for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Blackjack Attack has lost entire days to Civ without realizing it. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a roommate in college that used to, like, genuinely lose time to Civ. He's the same roommate that, I probably haven't ever told the story, but I woke up one morning and he's listening to Tool really loud with only his underwear, ironing really nice clothes because he had a Model UN thing. And it was just really insane to hear, like, I don't know, a Tool song playing super loud while he's, like, ironing a suit. It was just a strange visual. Anyway.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't wear the grudge like a crown of negativity, I think it's fine. You know?
But only in that case.
Yeah.
Stepping off.
Y'all are probably neighbors, actually, now I think about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He lives right there.
Have any of us played Ni no Kuni? I have not.
I have.
I beat the first game and I played a large chunk of the second, but I haven't finished the second.
I like it. I don't love it, but I like it.
Moving to position.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the kind of insight you get here at fanbite.com.
That's why, yeah. That's why you come here.
I think the kind of, like, I don't know. I think the battle mechanics were pretty tedious after a while. I think a lot was made about kind of the Ghibli art style, which, like, does actually, it is actually very pretty. It is a gorgeous game. And it's charming.
Yeah, charming as hell.
Yeah.
Mr. Drippy,
Blackjack,
great character.
Blackjack Attack is asking. Wait, what?
What's the character's name?
Mr. Drippy.
Mr. Drippy.
Mr. Drippy?
Yeah. Who could forget Mr. Drippy?
Wow.
Yeah, so Blackjack Attack is asking if we remember how wild the opening to Ni no Kuni 2 is. Stephen Merritt, do y'all know?
Wait,
about
is
this?
that like when the world gets like. Wait, what?
You're like the president of the United States and the world gets nuked.
Yeah.
Yes.
President.
Yeah.
The world gets nuked, and then the nuclear blast seems to send him into a parallel universe where he's also a younger version of himself.
Wait, is he also a Catboy?
No, the Catboy, he meets the Catboy and saves the Catboy from an assassination plot because the Catboy's father was assassinated by rats.
Yeah. You start out in Ding Dong Dell, which is a place that's also in Ni no Kuni, the first one.
Yeah. Is the cow woman from 2 or 1? I forget. She's 1, right? The giant cow queen.
Both of those games are running together to me now.
Yeah, because it is kind of like set in the same world, but like the characters are different.
Yeah, I actually don't remember. I've
played
played more of 1 than 2, and I've encountered her, so I'm gonna guess the first one. Guess the first one.
Yeah, that sounds right. Ding Dong Dell, good name.
Ding Dong Dell.
Sounds like a Banjo-Kazooie level.
Yeah, it does.
Y'all have any plans this weekend?
God, it's almost the weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. Probably just count my lucky stars that it's not E3 yet. That's part of it. I just got a dishwasher, a new one, so I'll probably do a load of dishes.
Ooh.
I know that's pretty exciting.
Fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, the dishwasher that came in this place just doesn't...
Right, yeah.
It just doesn't actually wash anything.
Oh, no.
It's about a 50-50 chance. Yeah, it's like a 50 shot of it actually cleaning the stuff inside. So we got a new one today, and it was it's nice. I'm going to play Final Fantasy 14 a lot.
Nice.
I would like to get out of Realm Reborn this weekend. I would like to do that.
I also support that.
Yeah. What about you, Merritt?
Not really. I don't think so much.
All right.
That's okay.
Just vibing. Also, yeah, I'm Joe says, I read a synopsis of Steel Ball Run and the President of the United States is named Funny Valentine. Yeah. It's true.
Funny Valentine.
And he can travel into other dimensions and get other versions of himself.
Damn.
And
he's got an American flag on his back.
Scar on his back. And he uses the power of Jesus Christ to get superpowers. So the power of the corpse of Christ. Good series.
One of many.
I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot the weekend was basically coming up until just this moment.
Now, is that because that we've just done a ridiculous amount of work in a few days and all time is kind of meaningless?
Yeah, it's all kind of just mixed together, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't... It's part of it, John.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely part of it.
How is it worse than what it used to be? I don't understand. Like, how is it just not like, all right, everyone's just gonna go to a place for a weekend, and it's gonna suck, but we're gonna get through it. And now it's like, I don't know, it's just forever.
I was trying to explain why it's so frustrating to me earlier, and it's just like everything felt so not impactful last year because it was so spread out and disconnected.
Yeah.
And I kind of missed that like feeling of excitement, but like what has happened this year is that they took those same fucking 40 conferences or whatever and condensed it to 4 days, and then this organizing body made this big announcement going like, we signed on all these companies. It's gonna be great, and we've organized it. And then the big reveal is that they haven't organized jack.
They have no idea what they're doing. Still,
they have no fucking idea. Like their poor social media person basically took to Twitter today to be like, "Listen, we don't know much, and it's like everyone else's responsibility to tell you." And I'm just like, whoever fed you that line sucks. Like they set you up big time because that is like not what they should be saying. I'm just like, whoa, weird.
I'm like, what is E3 then? It's not anything.
It's nothing. It's nothing then. I mean, everyone was like, well, okay, it's basically a group that suckered people into paying for a license fee or whatever, and then bounced. And that's kind of what it feels like, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's frustrating. I mean that's the only real, I don't know, explanation I could give. But yeah, it's definitely not fun. I just hated that like we made this calculated decision yesterday to have this big planning meeting for it, and I'm really parting the curtain here, dear listeners. But it's like, yeah, we kind of like basically put that off until we felt like, you know, we knew everything we were gonna know. And then this morning they're like, "Oh, here's an additional 6 conferences with no real times attached." It's just like, I don't know. It's so strange to me. But I don't know. It's gonna be fine.
We'll make it through it like we do all
We're
the time.
gonna make it through. It's gonna be okay.
I think one of my big things with this E3 and basically every E3 is like, if stuff goes weird on us and we're like, well, fuck, it's like, well, who's gonna be mad at us? Like, nobody. Like,
I know. Yeah. I don't know. We're in a fairly nice situation of like having a community that does not actually expect an insane amount from us. I feel like
expectations, dear viewers, is pretty low. Your expectations.
Well, I mean, around like coverage of like game event stuff, I feel like
totally, yeah.
I just think like, you know, it's like I think we are gonna hit stuff really hard, and I maybe surprise folks with how much we cover this year, but like, I still feel like we're in this fairly low pressure situation, at least from external forces, which is nice.
100%. It's just always been one of the unique things about us is that we are basically always, again, parting the curtain a little bit here, but we are basically always our own worst critics. We're always the ones like individually forcing ourselves to do more work than we probably even need to.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Don't die. Hey, don't die. Hey, don't die. Hey, don't die. Here's my theory. Don't die. Miss!
Got him. Wow, just like right
on the guy.
Just right on the guy.
Right in the meat, you know? Oh, you. Okay. Don't do that on a muton. Let's do it on the priest, the specter. Let's do it on the specter.
God. Wow, the instant I said that shit about E3, they're like tweeting snarky shit at other people now. Oh my god.
Like, oh no.
Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this? E3 account? Why are we doing this? You'll have like no high ground here. I don't know what you're doing. Listen, I'm not a marketing expert or a social media expert. I you know, it's time to just log off, I think, you know.
I think that about basically everything and everyone in the world. You should just not use social media.
But
what are you doing? Stop it. Whatever it is. Try something else.
Raisinette tried to kill a stink bug earlier, and she put it in her mouth and dropped it immediately, and made the funniest face I've ever seen a dog make in my life.
Yes.
It's kind of this like big regret. Why did you let this happen to me?
Why did you do this?
Why did you let me make this mistake?
Why did you do this to me?
It's the funniest thing when an animal makes a mistake and then they look at you like you did that to them.
Why did you? You're supposed to protect
Papa, why?
I feel like when I used to let Mona outside, she would do that when it was like raining or something.
Yeah.
Like, but why would you do this?
Why did you do this, Mom?
I don't like that. Don't. I want to go out, but it's wet.
Volk says I am to obey.
I've also got Mass Effect 2 open on a TV next to me, so I'm contemplating playing some of that.
How far are you in that?
About almost exactly halfway through. I've recruited almost everyone. I can start doing loyalty missions now.
Nice.
Yeah, that game is good.
What?
I think I've been harder on it in hindsight. Maybe it's a bit of my contrarian tendencies to be like, listen, this is everyone's favorite, so I gotta find some problems with it. But now that I'm playing through it again, I'm like, yeah, this one's pretty good.
Yeah, I like 2. I mean, 2 was weird when I first played it because I was like, wow, all my friends are gone and my ship blew up. And wow, this is really fucked up. I feel really... It was like, damn, you got me. I don't know. It was like... It was very weird at the time to start a game like that.
Yeah.
Of just like... like a game that was like a direct sequel with like the same character and stuff. And it was just like, everything you loved is gone.
I lost my mind about that in my college dorm, my freshman dorm.
Yeah. I think as far as like big character resets that, you know, are convenient because, you know how at the beginning of Metroid you're always super powerful and then Ridley's like, I want to suck your powers, and you're like, fuck.
The abilities.
I've always been kind of annoyed by that, but I actually thought Mass Effect 2's especially like the second or third time I played, I was like, you know what? I don't know. I'm kind of buying it. It kind of makes sense. And it's like losing your friends is like disorienting in a way that feels, very kind of, I don't know, realistic, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty bold.
Hello. What's up?
Oh, kitty cat.
Yeah, he's being a butt. He's hungry. It's 9:30, and I don't know if my brother has fed him or not, because that's all happening downstairs.
I love living with another human being that also feeds animals, because the animals will sometimes do little behavioral things that act like they haven't been fed, but they have been.
Oh,
That's a very fun
They
thing.
learn tricks.
They learn tricks.
Taking fire over here.
Little jerks.
Yeah.
So guys, like game, hey game, are you gonna like give me an extraction point, or is that like a thing you're gonna do?
It's just kind of put you in a holding pattern, huh?
Yeah, it's literally just like, do not allow the resistance operative to die. Hold a position until evac is available. 1 turn until evac is available. I see.
Okay.
I see. Well, let's get the reload in. Bare minimum. Maybe not the best move I could have made, but it's fine. Don't want to take out the Shadow. I want to take out the Spectre. Shepherd. Shepherd. Going to okay.
Here, catch.
That will require going through the Omega 4 relay. Omega 3? Omega 3 fatty acid relay. Come on! Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. We've got this. Even now, we have this. Hey. What's our reload situation? Do we got free reloads? Nope, no free reloads. Let's not melee any mutons. Let's instead... I don't got run and gun. I guess let's move there and hope for the shot instead of doing the sword. Boop, boop. Okay, 87% chance.
I'm up.
There. Okay.
God,
Boy.
I'm just destroying this golem.
Yeah?
Turns out that you just play a fairy flute and it falls asleep, and then you attack it and it can't do anything.
Wow, that's clever. That's strategy.
I bet the first person to figure that out like lost their fucking mind. Like, you get this flute really early in the game and people are probably just like, what is this flute for? And then like fighting this like hard boss for the first time, and someone's like, "What if I use the flute?" And it's like, "Oh, I fell asleep." She's like, "Oh my god, I figured out how to beat the golem."
Whoa. Blackjack Attack says, what if they just retool Marvel's Avengers into Marvel's XCOM?
I mean, yeah.
I guess. I mean, they've got those character models.
Mm-hmm.
On the move. On Overwatch.
Cat, behave. Just get out of there.
Oh, behave.
Yeah, when he gets hungry and wants my attention specifically, he starts trying to, like, stand next to cords for a very long time. And be like, oh, hey, you know,
I might eat this.
It sure would be a shame if something bad were to happen to your Logitech G203.
You got here.
Yeah.
I am back. Anne's flight has been delayed an hour.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I fucking hate a delayed flight.
She's eating Auntie Anne's pretzels, so I don't think everything's lost.
Okay. So they're going for a mind control on my psychic unit. Well, they did get it, which is a big, big problem, especially for given how far away they are.
Blackjack Attack, you are excited for our coverage of E3, whatever it actually is this year. We should, I think once we have a couple more things nailed down schedule-wise, we'll probably release our full schedule, which is probably more activity than you might be expecting.
Really?
Yeah, Steven. Yeah, really.
Yeah, really, John? What the hell?
Wow, is that... Right now, are you supposed to keep that person alive that big guy just...
just took a big old, like...
rifle whipped?
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's kind of the, like, one thing I'm supposed to be doing here, and I'm not doing it very well, and oh my god!
Get out of there before things get any worse.
Get out of there before things get any worse, except... One of my best units is mind controlled by the enemy right now, and the guy I'm supposed to get out of here and extract is stunned and can't move.
Nice.
Classic XCOM, am I right? This was going so fucking well at one point, and now... Not so much. Not so much. Not so much. That 6-hour stream, everything was going so well.
Yeah.
Heading out.
Having it all go to shit in a slow, inevitable decline is as perhaps as XCOM as it gets.
Do you ever have, like, big rallies in XCOM?
We had a big rally during the 6-hour stream, actually.
The big stream?
Where we got introduced to the Spectres for the first time, and it was, like, we're going real fucking bad there for a minute, and then... We killed the Spectre, freed Pray Tell Mox, and then we just kind of, like, turned it all completely around. And you can get into really good... There's situations where, in XCOM, a lot of the times where, like, you'll find yourself in a situation where you're completely fucked. But if you beat one guy, then the dominoes fall perfectly in your favor. And that's kind of not happening here.
Moving out.
Yeah. Bummer Town.
Bummertown, indeed.
Remember, they are not victims. Do we have ammunition available?
Bummerton, USA.
Hey, Marion, who's going to win, the Phoenix Suns or the Los Angeles Lakers tonight?
Oh. Well, I've heard of the Lakers, so that does give them a strong advantage in my books.
Yeah. Okay, so like it's just kind of like psychic awareness of a team.
Yeah.
Gives them a bit of an
increases their
advantage.
powers? Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Steven, what about you? Suns, Lakers.
Well, the sun can evaporate a lake.
Oh, that's true.
Right. But what if the lake was big enough to punish God?
If you say so.
Okay. How big a lake are we talking? Oh.
No, crucially, it's not. I fucking love that they're called the Lakers because they came from Minneapolis. Yeah, the team started in Minneapolis and then moved to Los Angeles, but kept the name the Lakers, which is very funny to me.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that. Yeah, it's not really a thing, huh?
No.
Just get that mind control off the Templar and then I can bounce. That's all I need. Oh, they're just gonna kill that fucking VIP anyway on this turn, aren't they? I didn't even think of that. Oh! Fuck the right off!
Oh, wow. Did that just totally miss?
That just totally missed.
Oh my god. It's frustrating. So what are these Krogan-ass things that are running around?
Those are called mutons?
Mutons. Okay. I like mutons in a Caesar salad, but not only if they're kind of small.
These ones are a little bit on the small side. Yeah, they were much bigger in XCOM 1.
Yeah.
They have so many guys, and they just keep getting more every turn.
Yeah, a lot of guys running around. Are you enjoying Dragon Quest?
I just died from walking over some tiles.
Stop shooting!
So not so much.
No, it's actually pretty generous. Like when you die, you just go back to like the starting area, and all that happens is you lose half your gold.
Okay.
It's like you don't lose experience. The game you don't go back to your last save.
Right.
And there is, at least in the point in the game where I am, no fast travel. Well, you can fast travel back to your home base whenever, but that's it. I think I did what it's okay. I'm mostly just following an FAQ at this point, so it's kind of just like, all right, now where do I go? Now where do I go? I just I don't know if it was like what I was quote unquote supposed to do, but just walked across the entire map to go to like a town where I could buy a new shield.
Yeah.
And was just fleeing from every monster. And now I'm going to save Princess Gwaelin, which apparently is optional.
Interesting.
You do not have to save the princess in this game.
That's amazing.
It's very funny. You do have to kill the
villain.
The Dragon Man? The Dragon Lord? No. Dragon Lord. Yeah, it is the Dragon Lord. The Dragon Zord. You know.
I know the Dragon Lord.
Sure.
Yeah. Shoots missiles at its fingers. It's a whole thing.
You have to kill Trogdor. Thanks, Blackjack.
You have to kill Trogdor. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm probably like... I was starting to play it and I was like, this game can't possibly be that long. Like, if you know what you're doing, it can't... It's on the NES. It can't be that big.
Right.
And I think I'm a little over halfway through.
Oh, wow.
It's like, I don't know, it's cute. I like the monster designs and stuff. I could see how playing this when it came out could have been really like incredible and mind-blowing.
Sure.
Now I think it's, I don't know, to me, right, it's more of like a kind of historical interest.
Sure.
But
yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like the music, and I think Enix did some really interesting stuff in the 80s. and 90s that gets overlooked a lot of the time. And kind of hope Square does more with that back catalog.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Square would do more with their catalog, period, honestly, to a certain degree, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I also just loved Enix's logo. Like that E with like the Enix text underneath and like a weird like...
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Just, like... You know, like they did, Oh, I guess Enix published them, because Quintet was the dev that did, that did like ActRaiser and Soul Blazer, Terranigma and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that Enix owns that catalog. Or Square Enix does at this point, I mean.
Yeah.
Marks for all to see.
Yeah, it's funny. The only Square games I played in the 90s were like the Breath of Fire games.
Wow.
Like I played Breath of Fire 1 and 2. I rented them all the time, but I never like really understood them. I have beaten Breath of Fire 2 since then, but that game was translated in such a way that it is like basically impossible to know what's happening. Because they solved the problem of like, oh, we don't have the space for English letters in these menus by just like abbreviating everything. So like bronze sword became like bronze.
Yeah.
Like, wooden rod became like woodrud. And a lot of the humor and stuff got lost, but Breath of Fire 2 is one of my favorite games still. It's has just like a completely deranged plot about the main character just gets gaslit a lot, basically. Like it's kind of about the Catholic. I mean, I guess a lot of RPGs are, but like it's sort of about just like the Catholic Church like taking over the world, and having nefarious purposes, and having like displaced the previous religion of like worshipping dragons.
Oh, there's a lot of dragon worship in. Is that so? Breath of Fire is an Enix game, you said?
It's Square.
Square, okay. Because Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 are all about like worshipping a dragon as well.
Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 you play, and 1, and most of them I think you play, the main character is named Ryu, and can turn into
Fire
a
was
dragon. Yeah.
Oh, Fire was Capcom for some reason.
Oh, sorry, it is Capcom, yeah. I don't know why I said Square.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought Breath of Fire was Square, but yeah. So I didn't really play Square games in the 90s.
Yeah, that's weird. Dragon Quarter was on PS2, and I keep hearing that's like way ahead of its time.
Oh, it's like, yeah, it was a roguelike, basically.
Roguelike,
yeah.
I really want to play it, but like Capcom has not made those games available, like really in any way, other than maybe PlayStation Classic or something. But like I think only on the PS3 then, right?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know. I absolutely have no reason to connect these things, but it's like part of me is hoping that like Monster Hunter doing so well like gets them excited to dip more into some stuff that they haven't done in a while, but
they're back.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote a piece about that like last year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I mean, Capcom's got a ton of stuff that I would love for them to revisit.
Yeah, like please don't just make Resident Evil and Monster Hunter
forever.
Yeah,
they're great.
You're a Darkstalkers fan, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. So here are the games that I said they should bring back with all their Monster Hunter money, and this was before Rise came out. This was last September, and now Rise is out and making them even more money. So Dragon Quarter was number 1. Darkstalkers, just in general. Mega Man Legends. Would love a remaster of those games. this weird game called Metal Walker for the Game Boy Color that's kind of a cross between like Pokemon and like Pool.
What?
Because it's like a top-down like Pokemon-like, except the robots attack by being launched into each other and doing trick shots and stuff.
My gosh.
It was very, very weird. Power Stone. I would love to see Power Stone come back.
God, I would love
Can you imagine?
Oh my god.
Saturday Night Slam Masters
Slam
would be really
Masters.
cool to come back.
For
Like the
sure.
best wrestling game on the Super Nintendo, and it wasn't licensed because LJN got all the licenses for some reason. Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe. That's one I would love.
God, Beautiful Joe. Those games are not, yeah, like most, like that was the point of all these. I don't necessarily even need new entries in these series. Just like make them playable, please.
Yeah, make them available in some way.
Maximo, which was like that weird like PS2 sequel game to like Ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts and Goblins. Dino Crisis, obviously a lot of people want that. And Zack and Wiki. If they re-release Zack and Wiki now, I think it would actually do pretty well.
Yeah, I do too.
Like the market wasn't really there at the time, but I feel like just put it on PC and like people will, or even on Switch and give it touchscreen stuff.
Switch. I mean, it would definitely work on Switch.
Yeah, that game would have done better, except Capcom like didn't advertise it at all because they were like, "Oh, Phoenix Wright did so well with this this kind of word of mouth campaign that like." We're going to try and make that happen with Zack and Wiki, and so we're not going to spend any money on telling people this game exists. Also, the main character is a shirtless child pirate.
Yep.
Well, we came out of that one not unscathed, but alive.
Hey.
Listen, any battle you can walk away from is a good battle.
Yeah, any battle you can barely limp away from as best as you possibly can, that's a victory. And now in traditional Hardship Troopers fashion, I'm just going to spin the wheel until we see what we're going to be doing next time. I might come back on Sunday. I might do another Sunday stream.
Right.
Just thinking that's what I might do. Big shot.
Yeah, we got to fend off the Sunday scaries with Hardship Troopers.
Oh yeah, why is Sunday scary?
The Sunday scaries.
The Sunday scaries. Have you not heard that phrase?
No,
Steven?
sorry.
The Sunday scaries is just the overall concept of starting to get the creeping horror of the upcoming week on Sunday, so you get the Sunday scaries.
I see.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard that. Merritt earlier dropped a thing I'd never also heard earlier on me, like putting a hat on a hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because putting a hat on a hat is like just the modern folksy version of like, don't put legs on a snake, you know?
Sure.
Our soldiers completely disabled this unit in the
I think it's cool.
I read it. Oh, go ahead.
No, please. You read what?
Oh, I was just gonna say I read this Buddhist essay about this Buddhist about the phrase "don't put legs on a snake," and it was just saying like he was saying, "Oh, we have such good intentions. You know, we want to give the snake legs so it can walk around." But then, what have we created? Now the snake has to have style. We have to create pants and shoes for the snake. We don't realize the snake was doing perfectly fine on its own before these things.
Now people keep body shaming the snake.
People keep making fun of the snake's shoes. Is this what you wanted?
What are those? That's a snake. No, I mean what it's wearing.
Forget the data. It's accessing the power core. Overriding my safety. Increasing power levels to tie in, sever the connection.
There.
Oh, well,
I'd say
what's that?
Were you gonna say something, John?
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about
one step ahead.
That's an enormous
what is his fucking
amount
name?
of
What is that
data.
director who wore the Jinkos that were so large?
Better get started.
What are you talking
What?
about?
The Jinko, I can't remember the director. The Kevin Smith. Thank you, Ganja Horn. I could not remember Kevin Smith's name.
The most notable thing about Kevin Smith, huge Jinkos.
Jinkos?
Yeah, no, he was wearing he for many years he was wearing like the most fucking Jinko ass shorts everywhere. Y'all don't remember that?
No, totally. I do remember that. That's not the first thing. That's not even the first like clothing thing about.
What's the first thing? Is it the fucking tweet?
No, it's hockey jerseys.
Seemingly
Hockey jerseys, okay. Because the tweet is maybe the first thing I think about.
Oh, sure.
Anyway, I was gonna make a joke about how it's cool that he got the license to make Zack and Wiki make a porno, but
Zack and Wiki make a porno. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. That was good.
So you are going to jail.
Central Officer Bradford has personally substantiated
God.
claims that the massive frontline unit
I'm
I
putting
think about that tweet often.
was actually
God,
at
I
one time
can't.
even larger
I
than
know,
the
I can't
specimen
either.
I have
What are you
before
doing to this? What are you doing?
Oh,
Yeah, what are you doing?
we just crack open these cantaloupes. Anytime you kill a guy in this game, you autopsy them.
Okay.
And crucially, Tigan does not remove any of their clothes. He just kind of gets right up in that.
It gets in there, huh?
Takes a big old chainsaw.
So are you basically learning weaknesses when you do that, or does it have any sort of bearing on the mechanics of the game?
It does have bearing on the game. It makes it so that you can. It unlocks new stuff for you to build usually.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And in this case, it's going to. I'm basically. I stopped another thing I was researching. I completely dropped everything because I am just trying now to build better armor. That's all I want. I want good armor. I want real armor from my boys.
Yeah, I mean armor good.
The old XCOM as they're called.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander. It is unfortunate, Commander, that your recent efforts have proven.
So the councilman always calls you mediocre at the end of every monthly assessment if you let the Avatar project reach this point, even though this system is incredibly easy to game. You can basically let the clock spin for up to 20 days, and you've got all kinds of ways to get around it. But he hates it. He keeps saying oh, you really fucked up over there, Commander.
Is that Michael Dorn?
No, Michael Dorn is that guy with a grappling hook on my team. The guy up in the top right on this screen is John Delancey.
Right.
The guy to the second from the left is Jonathan Frakes. I don't know who Betos is.
That just looks like fucking Kurt Russell from The Thing.
Oh my god, it does.
It looks exactly like him.
You're not wrong. Oh my god.
I need to see that movie again. It's been a couple of years.
We were again, John. We were talking about The Thing earlier.
Wow, my ears were burning. Oh well, that would make sense if I was The Thing.
Yeah. Hey, what are you trying to say? Did you just admit to being The Thing? I gotta stab your blood with a nail.
There's so many movies y'all have watched for you love to see it that I was just oh wow, I really should go watch that.
Thing is
that
great.
was one that y'all did.
The
That
Thing
was
is
one that y'all
one of
did
my
a year ago.
Thing is one of my top 10 favorite movies.
A great movie.
I can
Good-ass movie.
make PsyOps the Mindgate conspiracy now.
Oh, cool. We have the technology to realize our vision is PsyOps the Mindgate conspiracy.
There are no rookies or Psy operatives available. Oh, interesting. Let's hire a rookie real quick then. Let's just get a little rookie in here. Let's get who do we like here? We got whoop shit. We got Silvio Petacci, Heather Mills, Juan Carlos Garcia, Igor Gusev. Donatella Richie has some style. She's got a cigarette.
We've done it before, and
It's a good name.
Donatella Richie.
Donatella Richie.
Wilderness or not, the aliens could be setting up
Christina Ricci's sister.
Yes.
I just wish we had more to go on.
Christina Ricci's sister, who is also just way into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome.
Okay, continue. Advanced grenade launcher, plasma grenade. Sure. Yeah. Powered armor. That is what we want. Okay. So we're just going to spin this wheel until the next mission pops up, but on coming into the next mission, we're going to be partway through making the highest tier of armor in the game. And that's going to be a real game changer for us, I think.
Nice.
Because not only does that give everybody more maximum health, it also gives everybody just a natural pip of retaliation site. That's what we got. That's what we're coming back into. We're going to defend some civilians on the next episode. We're going to be fighting an Archon, or some Archons, Mutons, Sectoids, Berserkers, Chrysalids, and Spectres. So it's a real bad bunch. But that'll wait until next time on Hardship Troopers. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I have sweated myself sick during this stream, I think, so I'm gonna probably take a break.
No.
Yeah, it's nasty up here, John.
Take care of yourself.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be back probably on Sunday, at the very least next Thursday, but everybody take care of yourselves out there. More wet hair streams, says John Gonchorn. Please, God, no. I can't do the shield thing for much longer. My body was not built for it. I don't have enough tactical vests.
Oh, no.
But you can learn all about wrestling by going to fanbite.com. It's the best wrestling coverage on the internet. You can also follow people on the internet. Merritt is Merritt K. John is Floppy Adult. And I am at Steven Strum. You can also just go to the website for Hot Games Summer 2021. That's going to be our E3 coverage and E3 adjacent stuff. But other than that, we'll talk to you later. In the meantime, this hardship is definitely turning into friendship. I don't have anything to say there. Bye.